to the edge of your seat. I'm the voice that bows to a ruthless beat.
Yes, sir, everybody. Yes, sir. The Stallion is in the house and the Canes are in the championship. One win away from immortality, and it's not that we're back, everybody. It is we are here. Welcome, everybody, to a fiery episode of Stallion Speaks. When he was good, episode 13, my lucky number, and I hit it big on that roulette table last night, and I got 100 on them Canes when I was at the casino yesterday, and all I'm going to say is, fuck house money. We winning this whole thing. Make it a 10-point, make them a 10-point favorite. Crown them already, honestly. I ain't afraid of no Hoosier, whatever that is. We'll talk about them in a second, but tonight's show is about our Canes. It's about us as a fan base. And I'm going to tell you this, man. I know we have our family squabbles, whether you love Mario, whether you don't like him, whether you wanted this guy, whether, this player fucked this off. I mean, why are we not doing the transfer portal? I wouldn't want to go in a battle with any other fucking fan base as crazy as you all. Honestly, I love you guys. And we are all going to be happy. And you better be damn happy when we are hoisting that trophy at about 11:15 on the 19th. Book it right here tonight, okay? Again, this guy behind me, he's on a mission. And he's ready to give the whole college football world and everybody that doubted him and us the biggest fuck you that's ever come to be. And I'm being honest with you guys right now. This is our championship. Okay, this is what we have suffered for 23 long years for. And it's going to come to a culmination. And Indiana, nice team, nice story, but we have faced all the other nice stories. And we ended those dreams. That's what happened right there. Got a fiery episode. Chat box already hopping. My guests are going to be itching to come on, so I don't want to waste any more time. Real quick, just want to thank all the viewers. Keep having our cause out there. Keep punching that like button. Share our cause so we can have others to join it and support the episode. Absolutely love it. Also, the views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization. These are solely the Italian Stallions views, as well as my guest co-hosts and any audience members that come on the chat to speak their piece. Speaking of which, I will be putting that link on the show. We're going to have a lot of people come on tonight. I'm going to have to be very, very limiting it to 5 minutes. So when you come on, make sure you've got your points. Make sure that you have everything you want to ask or discuss. And that way everybody can have their fair share to speak their piece. But that being said, you have the two games that happened. One was the close one. One was the blowout. We'll get to that in a second. But first, let me get to my rant. Let me just tell you this, everybody. We suffered for 23 years, and it's not even just about just the suffering part of it. We don't need to go through that. We've spoken about it. But what we have not done is talked about the Fiesta Bowl and how it has been absolutely detrimental and heartbreaking and knife in the heart, in the throat, in our brains, the 4 times we were there before prior to the other night. Different stadium, same area, same oasis of shit that's hurt us. The loss to Maryland, the loss to UCLA, blowing it that year when Jimmy was still trying to figure out assistance and so forth. That was one. The 86 game against Penn State, where Vinny Testaverde threw so many interceptions, heartbreaking. With as good as we played, the best team ever that probably didn't ever win a ship in college football. Should have had that one. 93 was kind of on the downward troughing, Erickson had 1 foot out the door already. We had some success in 94, but that Arizona team, 29-0, it was a home game basically for them in their rival stadium. That was horrible. And then nothing worse than the PI that happened 23 years ago that we suffered through. But we had to exercise that Ohio State, demon. Well, we finally had to break that Fiesta Bowl curse. And everything that could have almost gone wrong happened again. And we overcame it because we were due. And we finally got that 6th ring. Thanos got that 6th ring there of the cotton, the sugar, the peach, the orange multiple times. Rose, and now we got that Fiesta Bowl. And we have now won all 6 of the big games. And we're going to culminate that with our 6 in 26. I want you to think about that. 136 teams started this season with a dream. We're one of 2 left. And gentlemen, ladies, all Hurricanes fans, brothers and sisters, we are going to get 6 in 26 in honor of Sean T. Rest in peace, who wore that lovely 26 when he was roaming the sidelines and busting heads and pick sixes back in the day when we last were a contender, a real contender. But that being said, we are playing for a ship at the Rock. Okay? Nobody, and I mean nobody, comes in to our house, especially when a national title's on the line, and takes that from us. Not even some kid from Miami. Okay? He's going to need about 35 other of those type of kids because we got a whole roster full of them. And those that aren't from down here have quickly assimilated to that culture. It's going to be a party on Monday night. Good game. Not going to say one way or the other. But all I'm going to say is Indiana better bring it. The physicality, the violence that they're going to face. I've watched that Indiana-Ohio State game 3 times now. Gentlemen, we ain't Oregon. And speaking of that, I'll get to them in a second. And also, fuck you, Dr. Jim Phillips, one more time in the ACC, trying to jump in on this bandwagon. Don't even try to say that, oh man, Miami's really showing what a brand our ACC is, 8-4 in bowl games. Let me just tell you this, you piece of shit. You almost costed this from happening because of your idiocracy, because of your stupidity. We could have been robbed of this. And if you had referees that actually knew what they were damn doing, we wouldn't have even been in that position to have to get our way in that way. If they called it fair against SMU. Louisville, fine. 5 turnovers, whatever. Everybody has a mishap here and there. SMU, atrocious. And that was the referee crew that represented this conference in these big games. Shameful, you Notre Dame bastard. And now you're jumping on saying that, oh, we're all ACC. We deserve $64 million of this money instead of this to what we were getting. And we shouldn't have to share it with nobody. You could have easily stepped in there and said, Duke, go kick rocks and focus on basketball. We're putting Miami and Virginia in there, winner take all. But you didn't do it because you didn't have any balls, and you shouldn't even be the commissioner a day longer. And now you're jumping on the bandwagon. Fuck you. And last but not least, farewell once again to the greatest tampon wannabe suck team of all time in the Oregon Ducks. You are such a wannabe the Canes. You have to have Donald Duck in a green thing to resemble like a pussy ibis, like a pussy Sebastian. Sebastian's always been a tough bastard bird, okay? And then you put that piece of shit on a motorcycle. Yeah, your ass has got sent in the cold real quick. And every time you all go for a big game, you are the bridesmaid and definitely not the damn bride. If anything, you're fucked by the drunk best man and then basically just shunned. Honestly, that's all you are. The greatest suck team that's never won anything significant. Sure, you won a Rose Bowl with our coach. Then you badmouth him because he wanted to come home. And then Dan Lanning, oh, the talent. Oh, yeah, he's going to really bring the talent in. Yeah, they looked real good the other night. Yeah. They looked real good last year, too, when they were getting it up the ass from Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. Anybody forget about that? I didn't. And then you had Joey Harrington and that sweet little group actually thinking they could get on the field with the 0-1 team and wanted to play us because they beat Colorado in that Fiesta Bowl while we were pummeling another red and white Heisman Trophy winner the next day. You are a wannabe. You want to be us. You will never be anything more than what you are, Oregon. And you proved it the other night. Go the fuck home because we would have put twice as much on you had you actually pulled that off against Indiana. Fuck off. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on my guest panel because I know what they have to say. I'll catch the chat box live. Be patient with me, guys. Stick with us. It's going to be a fiery show, baby. And I'm just happy that we are still in this more than anything, guys. But that being said, let me bring him on first. You know, I tell you this much. This guy right here one of my day one brothers. We have been together on this journey for, it seems, 9 years now. And so many different coaches, so many different players come and go. And I'm telling you, we've been in it from the beginning. And I hope that we can celebrate together this victory. Without further ado, one of my favorite Cajuns, the one, the great Larry Frank Jr. is in the house. Let's give him a round of applause and welcome him to Stallion.
Hey, you are the first person in podcast history to have me in tears before I say my first word. I'm dying.
And I'm actually in a good mood, by the way. Just think if we had lost, honestly. So,
oh man, I gotta catch my breath. What's up, man? Wow. You talk in the house. What's good, Stallion? What's happening tonight?
oh, buddy, I am so thrilled that we're talking about a victory, and we are one win away from immortality, my brother. And before I bring on our other co-host on here tonight, who I know can't wait to speak I'm just grateful that you could come on tonight because I know how busy you are, and I really thank you for coming on because I wanted to share this because we've done these shows in the past and other platforms, other things when it was just the old Facebook Live show in a chat room or whatever, very basic, and we were
That's
talking
right.
about why we can't beat FIU, why we can't beat MTSU. This is ridiculous, and now we are
That's
on the
right.
cusp of our sixth national championship. Our sixth national championship.
Oh man, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season, week one going into the Notre Dame game, that we would have a 50% chance of winning the national championship, I would have said you out your fucking mind. But now you can tell me right now that we have a 50% chance of winning the national championship. And I'm like, nah, you still out your fucking mind. We got a 90% chance of winning it. We winning that motherfucker. So yeah, man, it's great to be a Miami Hurricane.
It really is. It really is. And speaking of another guy that I know wants to speak a lot because he's been going at it, and he's happy because of his Bears last night, man. I was worried about him, but he finished out with he started with a great Kane victory and a gutty Bears down win last night. So let's bring him on with a round of applause. Welcome him, everybody. The one, Stone Cold Strong, Rocky is in the building. Speak your piece, brother.
That's right, baby. What's going on, LFJ? What's going on, Stallion? Thanks for having me
Rocco.
on again. Speaks in disbelief still trying to figure out, go through the math on how the hell that happened last night with my Chicago Bears pulling that off. The team is absolutely amazing. Never say die. Don't quit. No defense, no pass rush. Doesn't matter. Just go figure out a way to get it done. And I couldn't be happy and couldn't be prouder for them. Couldn't be prouder for the Canes coming off the Ole Miss win. We are in the national championship in the city of Miami, Dade County, brothers. Dade County.
Yes,
No
sir.
words. No words. After 23 years of hell, after 23 years of what we've been through, just no words can describe it. And I couldn't be more looking forward to what this is going to bring us on January 19th, this upcoming Monday night. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Hoosiers. Let's go. And I love the fact you broke out the Mark Richt look.
Let's do it.
LFJ. Look good, baby.
Oh yeah, man. Every now and then I gotta represent.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Well, let me tell you this, guys. Was there anything wrong with my rant of what I said? I mean, I was seeing these Twitter comments by Dr. James Phillips, and I was like, oh, you piece of shit. You really are on our nuts now when you couldn't wait to do nothing for us. I mean, don't be a friend now. Don't be a friend now when we're when we're in the ship. You and me, we've asked. We held people accountable. These are the fruits of the reward for holding people accountable. We were never absolutely throwing darts to make sure we didn't win this thing. We were disappointed we were not even in this conversation at the beginning or what have you, especially with how we started this season, beating Notre Dame, dominating South Florida Bulls is nuts, blowing out the Gators and sending the Noles home crying.
Yeah.
I mean, that midseason lull, come on. But if that is what it took to get this team together, that famous line, and Mario's quoting it from Major League, Let's win the whole fucking thing. And we are 60 minutes, gentlemen and ladies and Kane's brothers and sisters, from winning the whole shebang in our own house. You can't
Yes.
write a better story, guys. And we just beat the darlings that everybody was crying for. And let me tell you something. Those kids played their hearts out with everything they had to go through, and we played like shit at times. But if you really look at the stats, my 17-point victory was not that far-fetched. We dropped
Yeah.
4
If we
interceptions
catch
that
the
they
ball.
got points off of.
Yeah.
If we catch the ball. You know, an inexplicable batted ball that gets tipped in the air, and of course they intercepted it. Of course. We would have gotten 3 points there, guys. You know, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And it was this Fiesta Bowl thing that, you know, and then these calls. And it was Big Ten officials. It had to be the Big Ten. I mean, how you kick out our guy in the most important time of that. Because you know he's got to sit out against one of your darlings in the next game for at least a half. That is bullshit. And it should almost be a World Cup type of thing where all yellow cards and red cards get wiped out and you play clean. That's what I was thinking right there. But it's not like that. But I wish there was some type of an appeal that we could do because it's horse. It really is horse shit that he has to sit out that first half, especially against 2 teams. If it had been Oregon that passed the ball a lot, you know, and it's just unbelievable, guys. It really is. And then Oregon, you could have done worse Friday night. I mean, what that whole side of the bracket, look, credit to Indiana for taking care of business. But we have gone through the gauntlet. Minus Tulane, no disrespect, Louisianians. This side of the bracket was a bloodbath. A&M would be that representative on the other side. Ohio State would definitely be the representative on that other side. I mean, these are just facts, people. These are just facts. And Miami's battle tested. Yeah, we're hurt, but we still got a few days to get ready. And I'm going to tell you this. You can fight through the pain knowing you can sleep for a couple weeks because you just leave it out on the field in the championship. What do you guys say?
Well, I don't disagree with anything that you said. Going back to your initial comments about the spread, even if you still factor in the 4 dropped interceptions, if the game is called fairly, drives aren't stalled, and I think we still cover easily. I think when you look at what
How many
happened the other night,
Larry Frank? Ruben Bain.
I lost count on the holds. I stopped counting at about 3 holds, and I know it was a lot more with Ruben Bain. Mesidor was getting held, and they just made it a point to not hide their intent, I think, to just make it hard for Miami. The thing about it is I've been going back and forth with a lot of Indiana fans, and I think it's a lot more non-Miami fans, or should I say Miami haters, because I've never seen so many people rooting for the Hoosiers. And I know that the Indiana football fan base is not that deep. So all day, I'm hearing people telling me and reading, they're going to put 50 on Miami. They're going to blow Miami out. And it's kind of like I said earlier on Utah. Anybody that has any kind of an inkling of football knowledge knows that it's about matchups. And the most important part of a football team in a matchup is quarterback play and trench play. And yes, I know Mendoza may be the Heisman. I know Mendoza has been very effective, but Miami has the nod in trench play, both sides of the ball. Miami has the size advantage on the offensive side of the ball. I put the chart up. I clipped it from this morning's show. Indiana's D-line averages about 275 across the line. Miami's O-line averages about 315 to 320. And I know every offensive line is naturally bigger than a defensive line, but when you couple that with a very good strength and conditioning program, that equals domination, especially when you have undersized linebackers coming up for run support, and it's going to get countered by the domination. What's up, Kerry? What's going on? Appreciate it. When it's going to be accompanied by the domination of tight end blocking. and hard running by Fletcher. So at the end of the day, anybody that has any kind of inkling of football knowledge, if you say that Indiana is going to blow out Miami, you're either trolling or you just don't know a goddamn thing about football, period. From the offensive side. And as I flip it to the defensive side, come on. Indiana has not played anybody all year with the exception of Ohio State. I do not consider Alabama a formidable opponent. The Alabama that they beat the hell out of a few weeks ago or last week or whatever, that's the Alabama that got beat by Florida State. That's the Alabama that got destroyed by Georgia. The Alabama that started falling apart against LSU that barely beat them, they only beat them by 11 points. They barely beat Auburn. They only beat them and needed refs' help for that. They didn't dominate when they beat Missouri. They didn't dominate when they beat Vandy. That Alabama team was not a threat. So, of course, they did what they had to do, and I don't fault them for what they did. And then you put them up against what they did Friday night against Oregon. Once again, Oregon's missing their top 2 DNs, their top 2 running backs, small up front. So they did what they were supposed to do. I'm not mad at them for doing what they're supposed to do. And finally, before I toss it to Rocky, the Big Ten championship, you only won 13-10 against the same Ohio State team that we dominated.
Facts.
And if they gave you hell, what do you think Miami's defensive line is going to do at home? And the last thing that I got, Miami has never lost to a number 1 team at home in national championship games. Ever. That's my point. Go ahead, Rock. Take it away.
Mic drop. Heat with a speak the piece. Rocky, you're up.
Hey, man, look, I just want to go back to the Fiesta Bowl for a minute and say, I promised myself I'd do this when we got to this show. I want to tip my cap to the players of Ole Miss, who I thought played absolutely dynamite out of their mind. Those kids had everything going against them with Lane Kiffin, with the circus, with this, with that, and those kids played hard. I saw a team after the first quarter come out and say, we're not going to let our lines dominate. Now, we didn't dominate. We did well. We got pressure. We got pressure at times on Chambliss. But I thought, looking back at it, that especially that Ole Miss offensive line, they stepped up. They stepped up to us.
They did.
They stepped up to that challenge, and they made it very difficult on us.
They did.
And credit to those kids with all the crap that they had going on with GAs running practices, didn't know who was going to be calling plays. Charlie Weiss Jr. ended up being there calling plays. Credit to those kids for the fight that they gave during the Fiesta Bowl. Now, that said, we still came up on top, which I think is another thing that needs to be pointed out, is that we played a bad game and we still won. That hasn't happened all year. Most of the time when we play, I mean, our bad games, we've lost both of them. We haven't had a game where we might have been a little off. We didn't know about the flu bug till after the game. But we looked maybe especially after that first quarter, I thought we looked not lethargic, not giving effort. It was just something was maybe a step off or two for the rest of that game. But we hung tight. We dug in. We made the plays that we needed to make. People still out there criticizing Carson Beck, which I can't understand because he just had the game-winning drive in the Fiesta Bowl coming down to get us a touchdown score. We'll get to that later. But we weren't hitting on all cylinders, particularly on defense with the four dropped interceptions, with at times giving Chambliss more time than what he needed to, and we still came out on top. And I think that's as big for this program as anything else. As far as the officials, it might as well have been ACC officials over there in the Fiesta Bowl. They were bringing one of the questions today that I was going back and forth with some people on was what officials do we want? Well, we want Big 12 officials. Why? Because we just knocked out the SEC darlings. We had the Big 10 officials after we knocked out the Big 10 darlings, and we know how that turned out at the Fiesta Bowl. So I don't know who it's going to be. The national.
It's going to be SEC. It's going to be SEC, and the thing is that no, but actually I'm not worried about it because honestly, SEC gave us a very fair game against Ohio State because there's a undertone of them hating the Big Ten, and they don't want the Big Ten to get another title. They'll be okay with the ACC getting a title while they figure things out this offseason and they expand to 16 teams.
Two other things that I wanted to mention. Coming off of the Fiesta Bowl was one looking at the talking heads, and I'm sure we all saw on the 4-letter network, trying to digest this whole thing that one of their star-studded teams isn't in the national championship game. Yeah, thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. It's hilarious trying to sit on TV, national television, and justify how Reuben Bain was almost an SEC player, or this one on Miami's team is a former SEC player. They're trying to hold on to all of this muck that somehow they're a mimic of an SEC team that's going to be playing for the national title. And maybe we didn't have our best stuff. It's hilarious to watch. It's no credit to Miami or what we've done and what our coaching staff has done. It's all how they can play it off of this SEC narrative. And it's just, I'm tired of watching it. And I mean,
also throw something else out, Rocky, without cutting you off. And I'm sorry. Can I throw something out? This flag at the end, shove it sideways up your ass. Chris Graves was holding and talking shit so much, and I can't believe they finally called it on that one drive. But if they had called it on the other drives, I mean, how many more points would maybe Miami have gotten in maybe field goal range or maybe even gotten down there, guys? I mean,
every ref in their mind knows you don't throw a flag on the last play of a game on a damn Hail Mary.
Except for Terry Porter.
Facts. And not only that, I mean, we can go back and look in the history books. When was a flag ever thrown for pass interference on a Hail Mary? Ever. Not just that you don't do it, but when has it ever been done?
Yeah. I can't remember one. Ever.
Same here.
I know it wasn't a Hail Mary, but it might as well have been a desperation pass. Terry Porter against only us gets that bullshit call. And I'll tell you, when Stoops told Glenn Sharp to do what he did, he said no referee will call that. Sure enough, I'll never forget that. Go ahead, Rocky.
Last thing, I said this. I had pointed this out on one of the chats, and we talked about it too. I wonder what was going through as Miami was celebrating on the field and the confetti was flying. I wonder what was going through the minds of Jim Phillips and the folks over at the ACC offices. Because we all know as Miami fans that the ACC hasn't exactly been the friendliest of conferences to our football program. So I wonder what was going on, what was going through their minds. And yeah, give them credit. They did flash the Notre Dame Miami game when the committee was trying to get us into the playoff going into it. But let's face it, that there had to be some people sitting around the chat or some people sitting around the table going, maybe we ought to pay attention to the University of Miami now going forward and maybe make a point of making it our bellwether for the football season. So hopefully that opened their eyes there. But
I have a theory, not to cut you off. I think Miami just doesn't get love from the ACC because they've been historically bad since joining the conference, and the ACC is going to always be loyal to Clemson and Florida State. The problem is Clemson and Florida State is no longer good, for lack of a better term. So,
and they farted in their face wanting to leave last year or 2 years ago.
Getting sued doesn't help. Suing the conference doesn't help.
Right.
Farted in their face.
So there, to me, I think the ACC is just conflicted in the fact that listen. I mean, when we joined the conference, the idea was for us to come in here and to be an annual battle, just kind of like what you saw those years with Georgia and Alabama, LSU and Alabama, the two heavyweights of the conference fighting it out, and somebody gets a national championship spot every year. Obviously, Miami didn't hold up their end of the bargain all those years, and I guess the ACC just kind of gave up on us, and I guess they figured it was going to happen again. That's why they didn't throw their weight around to help us out, and I'm thinking that's what happened, but it backfired because we were able to get in there. Shouts out to Duke, because I think it was more Duke winning the ACC that got us in than us just getting an at-large, given the overall circumstances with the G5 programs. And we did the rest. We got in. And listen, let's not kid ourselves. We didn't get that 10 spot because they thought we matched up well with these teams. They put us at the 10 spot to have us run through the gauntlets because we were supposed to lose. But we defied all odds and beat everybody on the way. And guess what? We're doing what they didn't expect us to do. So we're making asses out of everybody. The playoff committee, the ACC, like we're really showing. And winning that championship is going to be the ultimate fuck you to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah, and as far as the national championship game, guys, that's going against Indiana. If Kurt Signetti thinks he could snarl his way to a national title, he's got another thing coming because look, they are built. They are just so ready made for us. The University of Miami is built for teams just like this that play the style of play that they play offensively and defensively. Yeah. And they can come in as pissed off or as determined or as mistake free as they want to. Now we can't have all the penalties. We got to clean that up. But because they don't make mistakes. But look, Mendoza had time to sit back there versus, to your point, Stallion versus Oregon. Yes, he had time to sit back there and write War and Peace. Which that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen versus Miami. Right. I mean, give me a break. And they think every team in this playoff has thought the same thing. We're not going to be good enough. They're going to overwhelm us. I'm so tired of hearing it. It's been like this is the fourth game in a row now where we're the underdog and nobody's thinking, Miami doesn't have a chance. What else is new? Us against Rookie, one more time.
And I'm glad you brought that up. And Larry, I want to bring up a point that you brought up that was stupendous as ever. Was think about this. Oregon had 2 running backs out. So I guess the game plan was that they were going to try to nickel and dime that down the field and pass. You have got to be balanced. And that was what was prevalent in the Ohio State Indiana game. Ohio State didn't have a running game all year. Right. So of course Indiana's going to drop back in zone and make it frustrating for Tate and Jeremiah. But they still hit at some points. They just had a kicker inexplicably miss in the dome, and he missed against us, because that game could have gone into overtime, and I think Ohio State really left one out there. I mean, I'm giving credit where credit's due to Indiana. And these fans that have come out of nowhere, and I have theories about this, these could be Florida State Gator fans in complete, so. They couldn't tell you who the fucking right tackle is for Indiana.
I never knew, Stallion, there were so many Indiana Hoosier fans.
I know. Because they haven't been relevant in basketball in years.
Think about this, fellas. We started the year off. We started the year off beating one of the national darlings in Notre Dame out of Indiana. And, they got that rivalry up there. I don't think that Notre Dame-Indiana rivalry is that deep because it's football.
No, it was more Purdue. It was more Purdue when they were good back in the day.
Right. So you got a shitload of Notre Dame fans that are latching on with their cousins down south in the southern part of the state that is behind this. You also have a lot of Florida State and Florida fans, and dare I say some Ohio State fans, even though that's your one of your conference foes. Everybody hates us. And to this point right here, Indiana's team averages 23 years old, several 24, 25-year-olds. This Miami team is a team of men, not boys. It's going to be a long night for Indiana. Facts, because at the end of the day, Indiana, you've got older guys. You don't have that young speed. You can't match that young speed that Miami has. You just can't match it. You can't do it.
Which they haven't seen yet through the playoffs.
They have yet to seen it. And another thing I want to highlight, let's look at the few close games that they have had. They had the close game in the season opener against Old Dominion. They had the 20-10 game in the first matchup against Oregon. They had the 27-24 victory that they barely won against Penn State. Mm-hmm. And they had Ohio.
What about the Iowa? Iowa was a close one too.
Forgot about that
game against Iowa.
I forgot about that one. Yep. And what's the common denominator? Maybe not with the first team, maybe not with Old Dominion, but what's the common denominator with all those other games that were close? Size, and they were pretty much line of scrimmage. So at the end of the day, you were in some close games with all of those teams. You found a way to win, and all of those teams, dare I say, no disrespect to Ohio State, but Jeremiah and Cornell you didn't have it. You didn't have it that day. But I think what you're going to have and what you're going to see is a good mixture of offensive play calling. I think Dawson realizes what's on the line. If he calls, as you always say, Rocky, the right game, I'll call his game.
His game.
Not the right game. His game, as you always say. Miami's going to be able to exploit and score. They're going to play bully ball. They're going to dominate the line of scrimmage. Don't do that trick play gadget bullshit. Just like the other night, we're running the ball, and then you want to go ahead and you want to run.
Do something stupid, or run Malachi Tony at quarterback Wildcat. We don't need that.
Don't do the Malachi.
You're not going to see that here, fellas. Listen, this is another thing I wanted to say. Look, this is y'all remember the old Flintstone cartoons with two cavemen on one side, one with the club, the other one with the other club. They're banging each other over the head. You seen the head drop, head drop, head drop. Head drop. That's this game right here. This game is going to be – this is like bully ball times 10. I said this earlier today. You know what? Fuck it. Run the A-gap. Yep. Run the A-gap. Because that's what both teams are going to want to do anyway.
Yeah.
These are facts right here. Eric Carroll, Mendoza struggled in all the big games outside of Bama and Oregon the second time. Facts.
Yeah, and look, Bama to me was the most overrated team in the playoffs. Nobody's going to tell me that Alabama belonged. The way they were playing, nobody's going to tell me Alabama belonged in the playoff. The other team up north did. But they're so aggravating now that I don't even want to mention their name. And that's water in the bridge. Look, both of these teams are going to want to hit each other in the mouth. They're going to want to prove. You don't think Signetti and Mario aren't going to go in there saying, we're going to be bigger and badder than you. No, we're going to be bigger and badder than you. Y'all are crazy. And this is going to be one of those freaking knockdown, drag-out fights. And it's going to be who's going to have the bigger and badder offensive and defensive lines at the end of this game. That's what I think this one's going to be. Last game, I said it was going to be the Carson Beck game. This game, I think, is going to be a game of the trenches. And it's going to be who's going to be the bigger and badder offensive and defensive lines.
Well, and the one thing that I want to just add before I add the chat, the link, and listen, we're going to give everybody 5 minutes tonight. Listen, this is a party tonight. We're celebrating, okay? As critical as we've been of this team, guys, we're here, okay? This should be a party. This is a happy time, you know? Don't worry about the fucking transfer portal. That's working itself out. We're getting studs left and right. And let me just tell you this. Can I just throw this out here real quick before we go on? We don't need as much as some of these other teams because we're developing, we're evaluating, and look at the young talent that's stepping up. Jabari Antoine to come in there as an 18-year-old, look at him, man. Look at Malachi Tony.
Liberia.
My God, guys.
I have an entire soliloquy on that whole thing. We'll get to it later.
We'll get to it. But I'm just saying, and I know we have some people that have some questions about the transfer portal that will get them to speak their piece. But they have not faced a running back combo with Brown and Marty Fletcher right now is just playing like a man possessed right now.
Yeah,
he almost has as many yards in these playoffs that he has the whole regular season. He missed a couple with some games and some stuff. But I'm going to say this much, guys. We have been on the road since November 15th. I want you to think about that. That was senior day. And now they're going to have another senior day without the actual festivities, but the pedals will come down.
We've been playing playoff games since Syracuse. Go back further than that.
We have. Facts.
Since Syracuse.
Facts.
It's been win or go home.
Yes.
And go ahead, finish up, Rock.
I was going to say, so when people, that's why, again, going back to this Groundhog Day thing where people are just, Miami doesn't have what it takes. Miami's going to get overwhelmed. What are you looking like? What are you watching?
They're hating. They're just being natural haters.
They're just haters. They're just haters. And like I said,
they hate it.
Go ahead, bud. Yeah. And real quick, what did I say many weeks ago? I said their worst nightmare, which is going to be our dream come true, is going to become reality at 11:15. It's not that we're back. We're here. And we have a coach. I swear to God, he's not going anywhere. He could be here for the next 20 years, and we could go on a run that maybe surpasses what could have been in those 80s and the 2000s, before coaches left or we didn't have the right people in charge.
Let me say this. 2 things. One, I want to credit Nevin Shapiro. Nevin Shapiro said something. I know he's not a fan favorite, but he did say something that made a lot of sense on his last podcast. The U is back, but it's not the U that we know. The U that we know will never be back because that's a different era of football,
correct,
which is facts.
That's correct.
But the U as a winning program and as a powerhouse in college football, that U is back. That's the first thing. And I think even though Nevin's not a fan favorite, I think that's the best way to kind of navigate between is the U back. because you got people saying that the U is back. You got people saying that the U isn't back. And yes, the U is here. But when he broke it down like that, I said, you know what, Nevin? That's probably the most perfect way to put it. The U as we knew it was a different era. That U will never be back. But the U as a conference power, well, a national power rather, and a national championship contender and a household name, the U is back. Secondly, last point I want to get before you get the people in here. To what you said, Stallion, about the senior day, another senior day. Said it earlier this morning. The last game that we played the other night against Ole Miss, Mesidor, Bain, Basaint, they didn't really do anything too special. This is their last game in a Canes uniform, either via graduation or going to the league for the national championship at home.
At home.
I would feel bad if I'm one of those tackles, knowing that I got to block Bain and Mesidor, who's playing their last game with all of this on the line. They're not going to hold up, fellas. They're not. Bain and Mesidor, with the absence and with the disrespect of all of the holes that they got the last game, you better believe Bain and Mesidor is about to unleash holy hell next Monday night, and I'm all here for it.
Yep.
I am too.
Agreed.
All right, guys. Well, listen, this is how we're going to do it. I've got people in line, okay? 5 minutes. Make sure that you have your questions and your points. We will stop the time to answer them. If you're just wanting to just, speak your piece, that's what this show's all about. And again, I invite the brethren who want to support Indiana to come on and tell me why you all will win Monday night. I don't want to hear garbage about it's your time or whatever. I want to know. I want strategy. I want X's and O's. I want to know how you neutralize us. Is it going to take 6 turnovers by us? I mean, I really want actual BS and not hate and so forth, because we've given you the reasons why we believe Miami will win. And the facts are, we just played the worst game. We got that one out of the way in a little house of horrors area that has been awful to us, and we exercised that demon, and now we're in the familiar confines of a place down there that we know how to win at. But that being said, 5 minutes. I want to first bring on Anthony, who's been a day one loyal supporter, a true Kane fan through and through. So let's welcome him to the show to speak his piece. Anthony, welcome to Stallion Speaks. 5 minutes, brother.
Oh, okay. I want to start with my question I asked about Lane Kiffin. How much of a scumbag do you have to be? You're basically recruiting Sam Levitt to come to LSU, and behind his back, at the same time, you're texting Damon Williams, who didn't even come to you in the first. Like, how much of a scumbag? Can you explain how much of a scumbag you have to be? Does that shock you that Lane would do something like that?
Well, here's my question: did that come out?
No, there was a video of him. There was pictures of him at the LSU game, the LSU women's basketball game, looking down on his phone, not even paying attention or talking to Sam. And it actually, a reporter was next to him, and they saw his phone. He was texting Damon Williams.
That's so lame.
He gets what he
so
fucking
lame.
deserves. Man.
Yeah, Lane. It hasn't been a good look from Lane from the time he decided to take the LSU job. And I'll say this, Anthony, I don't see LSU might be second guessing themselves already for what they're.
And I made a joke on Larry. I made a joke on Larry's stream earlier today. It's like you're dating a girl and you're texting your side chick at the same time.
I know.
Yeah, that's not a good thing, bro.
He tries to be a more slicker Sharon Moore, but I mean, let me just say this much about this guy. Lane Kiffin, he's so desperate right now, Anthony, and I'll start your time again because I want to answer your question because you asked it. The truth of the matter is this, brother. This motherfucker literally got walked out of a dinner, and they had a video showing him when Sorsby announced that he was going with his girlfriend to Texas Tech or what have you. Good luck, kid. But honestly, so he's so butthurt. Him and his staff are like, we go, and then they leave, and so forth. And then he goes to McGee Tyson Airport here in Knoxville to try to catch Sam Levitt, as Sam Levitt's coming from Tennessee to prevent him from going to Miami. He's desperate. He's not getting it. He's getting it. He does. And here's the thing, guys. I appreciate LSU from this standpoint. They think that by throwing money at it, you are going to get the best players. But here's what the problem with that situation is. when the money's not there, are they even going to show up to practice? I mean, listen, we know certain guys deserve the money, but not everybody deserves the same. It just depends on what you bring to the table, what your value of your position is. And look at some of our dogs right now. Some of our dogs have proved it on the field. They do need a pay increase. And you know what that happens? Just like in the professionals, the guys work those first contracts to get the big second contract in the big sports. Come on. You know, you don't just give the cow away right away. You know, come on. But Anthony, go ahead. You're next up.
Oh, Rocky and Larry, you guys are from Louisiana. Is Jabari from the same school that Arch went to?
No.
Mm-mm. No, he's from. He went to Westgate in New Iberia. Arch went to Newman in New Orleans.
Okay. No, I wasn't sure if they went to like Edna together.
No,
something like that.
Westgate also too. Anthony is a powerhouse. They're
and one of the storylines I like actually, that the two guys that everybody expected to be in the national championship are not the two proteges for Saban that are in the national championship. Right, Signetti and Mario. No one expected them to be here. It was Dabo and Kirby.
Yeah.
And honestly, I said in the chat, this game is going to be like the Dolphins' first Super Bowl in set when they went undefeated versus the Vikings. It's going to be defense and the running game. And I agree with you, Larry. The issue with Indiana is what I said with Ole Miss. They basically have, outside of one guy, most of their defensive line was 285 and below.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we basically wore them down the whole game. By the time the fourth quarter came around, that Eccles, I felt bad for that Eccles kid, kind of. He basically was doing all the work on that defensive line and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll stop your time. I'll stop your time for a second, Anthony. Rocky, hold your train of thought. I'll throw one on there. Cam Franklin was a guy that Miami really tried to recruit and get here a couple years ago, and of course he balled out. I found it really funny that Cam Franklin and Chris Graves, to a degree, who was once here, balled out against teams that that's so against them. You know, for once, I wish that our guys would like really ball out against the other teams that recruited them. Oh wait, that's right. We don't, we never play those type of teams. You know what I mean? But keep going. Go ahead.
And we talked about refereeing a few streams ago. Larry, I have a question. How rare is it that a referee is going to call a pass interference during a Hail Mary? Has that ever happened to you?
I'm 48 years old, and in college and the NFL, I don't recall ever. And I've been watching football. I can tell you my first NFL game that I remember watching, I was 7 years old for the Bears and the Patriots in 1985, the Super Bowl of 85. That's the first NFL game that I remember watching. Ironically, I almost became a Bears fan because I fell in love with Walter Payton as a player. And I was really a Bears fan to an extent until Cordell Stewart from New Orleans went to Pittsburgh. And that's what made me a Steelers fan. But consequently, as long as I've been watching football, college and pro, I've never seen a pass interference on a Hail Mary. And I just found it's just ironic that people were crying, the Ole Miss fans. And I don't even think it was Ole Miss fans that were crying. I think it was just regular college football fans that figured it was some contact, which it was. But it was mutual contact. Both sides were fighting for the ball. And at the end of the day,
the rules acknowledged it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and Lane didn't help either because Lane was crying about the shit too.
Yeah, no, the rules expert during that game actually said it was mutual. He used the words mutual combat.
Yes.
When he was explaining it, because what do you expect? Like, what was the receiver's name for Ole Miss that got thrown the ball? Do you guys remember?
Do not.
He extended his arm on Jabari Antoine that whole play, pushing him away. Sorry, that's my dog in the background. I apologize.
He's excited
too. And honestly, like I said, this game is gonna be old school football. The quarterbacks is what's gonna decide this. And what I liked about Carson after the Fiesta Bowl, what he said, he would be happy to win he actually said it out of his own mouth during that interview. I would be happy that I win I would like to win the national championship, but I'm happy that I got there and stuff like that with this team, because no one expected Miami to be here. We're basically playing with house money and stuff like that.
You're right. You're right, Anthony. Carson's not good enough. We've heard that for the past 4 games for us to be here. Hey, Anthony, I'll give you a tidbit on the Indiana defense. For the majority of their snaps, game by game, they only use 15 players, which means they don't rotate a lot of bodies in on defense. That's going to play huge dividends for us whenever we play them, because they don't have a big rotation. They can't come at you in waves. Okay. The majority, the snaps that they played during their games, they've used mostly the same players on the defensive side of the ball. So that's going to be
Miami and
Anthony, real quick to answer your question. Thank you, Eric Carroll. It was Strickland. The receiver Strickland was for Ole Miss, by the way.
Yeah, and I have portal updates. Actually, I'm not sure if you guys are going to talk about this. We got the receiver from South Carolina and the receiver from West Virginia to replace CJ Daniels.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and Marion. And by the way, we need to talk about Keelan Marion real quick. Anthony, I still got 30 seconds for you real quick. I do want to answer one more thing about Carson Beck before I give you your 30 seconds. And I do want to talk about Keelan Marion before we get our next person on. But I will say this much. This picture back here is one of the most, I don't know who took it, but credit to this photographer. Over my right shoulder, you've got Carson with the winning touchdown. And over my left, you've got Cam Ward, who should have been the Heisman Trophy winner last year, #1 draft pick. And I'm just going to tell you this. This right now is the new faces for the quarterbacks of Quarterback U. We haven't had them in a long time. Nobody remembers Vinny or Bernie or Steve Walsh and Craig Erickson and Gino and Dorsey, But let me tell you this. These guys right here.
I remember Brad Kaya.
Well, we, of course, remember Kaya the Messiah, but I'm just saying that they didn't do anything, but historically. These two guys, look, Cam got us to be recognized again as a brand. Beck's going to get us the title, okay? And I'm just going to say this much. We're just going to keep it rolling. And why wouldn't you want to become a quarterback to play with the athletes and be behind a damn wall of China, of what I'd like to call it, that's going to block for you and give you a clean pocket,
Yeah, I'm saying this. I think Bell comes back. And Jackson Cantwell is going to be our starting tackle right away. Cantwell is going to be our starting tackle.
I agree.
I think the guy from South Carolina, the tackle we're recruiting in the portal, is just in case Bell decides to go to the NFL, but I think he has like 2 years of eligibility, like 2 or 3 years.
He's a solid. Yeah, he got 2 years of eligibility left if he wants.
He's a developmental guy, Anthony. The guy, the OT in the portal.
Three of the 5 you're looking at. Cantwell for sure, and I think Kinsler on the right side, and
you have Samuel
Hampson
Pancake
at the guard. Yeah. So I mean, 3 of the 5 are definitely locked in.
And we'll probably get another portal candidate for center.
Yeah. They'll get another
You don't
center.
Want SJ to start?
It's not that I don't, but if they can find somebody better, they will. If they feel that he's not ready to go, and that's a Mirabal. And I'm going to tell you this: as critical as I've been of Mirabal, he has coached his ass off this second half of the season. Yes. And in that little guy, I trust at this point. I would never say
honestly, Omar Thornton is a perfect replacement for Keontae Scott.
Absolutely.
He's
absolutely.
Stud.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Great get.
Because
I want Koa. I want Koa for Minnesota. Go ahead, Larry. Though.
The rest of your DBs that you got coming back, you got a lot of those young DBs coming back. Fitzgerald's coming back with a hell of a lot of game experience. The rest of them DBs you got coming back, Damari should be healthy. OJ,
Wait, is Damari out of eligibility, or does he have one more year?
No, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
He's coming back.
Do you think Mark is coming back, or does he go to the NFL if he wins?
Who, Fletcher? Oh, I don't know. I mean,
he already announced he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back for the senior year.
He's coming back.
Yeah, no, because
I think that's why
sometimes they say that. Sometimes they say that, Larry. That's why I asked that question. Sometimes they say that if he gets projected that he's going to be drafted in the first and second round, he's gone.
Well,
no matter what.
Here's the thing, Anthony, and I'll let you go after this, brother. Come back next week, please, okay?
Yeah.
So thank you for joining, and I'll answer that
Mhm.
question. I think that Fletcher, to be honest with you, look, he's playing great, but he's still not going to be a first and second round pick. He's got
Yeah.
some injury stuff. Running backs right now are kind of a dime a dozen, but what I will tell you is this. The reason why he is coming back, look at this what we've gotten now close to 32 million on this playoff run. We got 4 million for the A&M win. We got 8 million for the Ohio State win. We just cleared 20 for this win against Ole Miss. So we got $32 million to adequate where we need to correctly, and we're going to do it correctly and definitely pay the Malachi Tonys and the Fletchers and everybody that stepped up their worth. Now, for the guys that do want to take that NFL jump, like the Baines, and Messidor's ran out of eligibility, but Bain and Cece, I'm talking about more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You know, hey, you
They're
came
ready.
here. You've done your job as the five
Yeah.
stars. You brought us back like you said you did, and this is so beautiful that this has happened because, like I said on a rant I had many weeks ago, how many guys have we thought the Northwestern boys, this group, this one was supposed to do it, and they never did it, but it was these guys, and it is deserved and very well deserved. Listen, I want to bring him on because he's been waiting patiently. Lickerdale, brother, thank you for hanging with us. You got 5 minutes. Welcome to the show. Speak your.
You gotta hear me?
I hear you great.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Hey,
Welcome.
I'm gonna start off. I didn't look at the rule book, but I hope when the teams run out of the tunnel when the game starts, because of course by them being the highest ranking, they quote unquote the home team. I hope that if we could take that penalty when the guys run out of the tunnel and we stay on the damn field just to prove a point, set a precedent. Hey, this is our home field. We're not gonna let you guys storm our parade getting the game started. So I don't know how the penalty thing factor. I know the old school guys would do that. But I don't. That'll be the perfect way to start this damn game off to let Indiana know on the other side that hey, this is our field. We let you go right down. We'll start the game. I'll let you know that this is our field.
So look at that. You want us to pull the Chicago Bears. We won the toss last night. We took the ball.
That's a Miami thing. We always did that. That's ain't no Chicago thing. That's a Miami thing. I'm a Miami boy. Know what I mean? I grew up
I agree.
less than 5 minutes from that stadium. I can see it out of my grandmother's backyard. The top of the stadium. I can hear the tailgate music playing over there. That's how close I am to it. But the thing is that the O line play and the D line play gonna play a factor. Mendoza, he already know what these guys bring to the table. Not only he played against them in high school, we done played against him at California already. So he already know what he's gonna face. But he never faced Bain and Messidor because he was hurt during that game.
That's right.
So he never faced those guys either. And like you said, Frank, I think you said it earlier, and the Stallion must said about the size difference of the offensive line and defensive line. We always match them on both sides. Now to add on what you were saying, Rocky, by the defensive scheme, they run a 4-3 and they run a flow. They play 4 high in the back, like an off zone.
Mm-hmm.
That's a recipe to run the ball on them because they
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Because stays in the block, that linebacker slamming down, and the line is big enough to push them up the A and B gap.
That's
Look
right.
at that. Their whole scheme is about outmanning people man on man. Now, when we get into our duo blocks, like we do, where they go 2 in and then the one breaks off and then goes to the linebacker, like we do all the time,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to eat them alive.
And then, like I said in the chat, like I said in the chat earlier on yours, Frank, I think I might have mentioned yours too, Stallion, is that these are JMU players. They play on a chip on their shoulder. Now they playing in the Pac-4, they're not playing group of 5 ball now.
Right.
So they got a chip on their shoulder, but we also got a chip on our shoulder too. But the thing is that this Nick Saban coach with the motivation and trying to build a toughness out of his team, the Big Ten didn't face those type of coaches the whole season. That's why he played bully ball with them.
That's
but now
right.
Marshall come with that same energy, and now Alabama coach is not an Alabama team is not coached by Alabama, by Nick Saban guys. So the only team they really face that really want to play bully ball is Oregon, but their players was hurt, and they never did have the retention of the defensive line play to step up and keep continuing to recruit like that. Because he's playing off Mario ass and trash at the end of their 3 and 4 years now.
Look at that. Check out what they're going up against. They're going up against a team that's hungry, that's starving, really. They're going up a team that ain't done nothing in 23 years. They're going up against a group of guys, like LFJ said, that's playing in their last game, looking to show out at home in front of their people, in front of a national TV audience, going for a national title.
Yep.
With a team that plays bully ball and is just savages and ferocious. They're going up
Can I
against
throw
all
something?
of that.
And can I throw something else out there too? More than anything, where's this bullshit that the Indiana fans, these fake, we know who they are, come in and say, you haven't done shit in 23 years. You haven't done shit in 100 years as a football program. I mean, you're showing Lee Corso on the sidelines. I mean, come on.
You would
Get out of here with that
think,
shit.
Stallion, that they've been a playoff
Fuck
participant
you.
for the past decade.
Well, you know what?
All these folks are talking about.
It goes back to what I said earlier, and I saw more of it. I'm really seeing more and more comparisons that they're putting this team against 2019 LSU, 2020 Alabama. Hell, I even seen one graphic where they said that this team could be better than the 0-1 Canes. And I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
Can I tell you this? Can I tell you guys this real quick? The best part of Indiana football before this year and last year ran down the crack of Antoine Randall's ass and went down and was a brown stain on the mattress. Okay, that's what happened.
Right. So I'm gonna get ready to get off real quick. But
That's nuts.
if they don't score a touchdown in the first 3 drives,
Oh yeah,
the first half,
that's
in
the
the first drive of the second half, because we got to get them a get out of jail free card the first drive, and then he make that first initial adjustment, and then that third time they get the ball, now he's locked in. If they don't capitalize within them first 2 drives, and just like Ole Miss, when the quarterback threw the ball away, got attention to the ground in front of the jump, we already knew that they're gonna have hell on wheels with that D line for the rest of the game, just slapping. Those guys were sick and they were holding the whole time. If they were call the flags, this game doesn't play like this. Besides the interceptions that Dylan Day could have opened the game up if he'd have took that thing back before halftime. He would have cracked it. He would have bust their soul on that one.
right.
Yeah. Right.
Or like you said, Stallion on that tip interception inside the 10. 2 key plays other than that, but I'm gonna continue to listen out, man. I just hope Mario take that. I hope we could take that penalty to start the game out.
Well, real quick.
There'll be some wolfing on the warm-ups, but go ahead, Larry.
Real quick before Lickadale leaves, I think a lot of people are forgetting Corey Heatherman was on JMU's staff
Right,
with Signetti 2019 to 2021. So there's some familiarity there.
The other personnel.
Yeah, of the personnel and what he likes to do. So that's what let them talk. They just don't understand. Like, most people don't know this shit.
Hey, listen, can I just say this? Can I say this before anybody even says, "Oh, well, Brock Shutt has our paid book"?
That's what I was about to bring up.
He's a dumbass.
That's not going to go in
He's
there.
the dumbass that left this program and I got a ring, moron. Go ahead,
If he knew the fuck, not real quick, if he knew the fucking playbook, if he would have saw the field, if he had anything, he would have saw the field. You listen, you went over there to try to get you a ring. You probably bought the hype. Like I said, go get fucked in the ass somewhere, man.
Go get fucked by Indiana. So
That's what I was going to bring up. That's their counter. Oh, we have Brock Shot over there as our spot.
What is he gonna do?
Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
That guys take care, man.
You too, buddy. Love you. Be back next
All right,
week. Thanks for the love.
All right, bro.
Listen, the chat. Hey, listen, we're up to 31 live viewers. Hit that like and smash button, baby. Hit it hard. Let me tell you this before I bring on Chris Kane, because I know he's been chomping at the bit. And if he's ready, I want him to unmute himself so I can bring him on and give him the proper introduction he deserves. He's a day one supporter. Gave me the thumbs up. Before I bring this up, guys, listen, this is going to be a great matchup. But you want to know what I like in this too? And you know me and my movies. But listen, they play out. They do. You know what this is going to be? This is going to be Felix Chavez against Dame. And we're going to just get hit by them. And we're going to look at them, maybe lose a tooth and smile and go, you soft. That's what's going to happen in this. And it's going to be a massacre the rest of the fight. They'll get some hits in. That's what they've done all season. But we're going to knock them out. and the whole arena's going to be, and then you're going to hear Stephen A. Smith the next morning. That's the real deal right there. Yeah, we are the real deal. And that is America's worst nightmare. I wish Beano Cook was still alive to fucking see it. That piece of shit. But anyway, bring him in on. Chris Kane and the show. Welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Brother,
Yes.
speak your piece.
Chris Kane. You're on mute.
Yeah, unmute Chris Kane.
Yeah, I know. I
Your
had to,
time starts now.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
yeah. They've been talking. Had one guy said that it's good to see a Kane that's actually on the sideline that doesn't have an ankle bracelet. All right.
We Dame. Go for it. Own it. Fuckers.
Well, it's good to see a daggone. It would be good to see to go against a team that actually didn't have grown ass men that couldn't make it in the NFL play to their original ages, right? So let's get something straight.
Ask him, Chris Kane. Just ask him if they're taking their tractors down to Hard Rock next time you see something like that.
I'm wondering how you're taking that your tractors. Are you looking in the fields? What are we doing here? Are you going to get old Mary Lou from down there? Them Andy Griffin looking motherfuckers down there? Yeah. Have y'all ever seen Three's Company?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember Mr. Furley?
Yeah.
Look at the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a demented
Come
looking
and
Mr.
knock on
Rogers,
our
a
door.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it's going to
he
be? Hey, Chris Kane, I'm going to stop your time real quick. You know what it's going to be at the end of that game? Come and suck on our balls. They've been waiting for you. Keep going. So,
And I got some knee pads right in the bag and some chapstick too. Yeah.
Boy, baby. That's Italian Stallion Speaks right there, baby. I love it. Fuck yeah.
But basically they've been talking about this Spygate thing going on too. And they were talking about it being that for one, these guys pulled the Florida State. Sorry. They got guys 30 years old playing on the football field, going against 18, 19-year-olds, and they're not really that good. So that kind of defeats the purpose, don't you think? I mean, at least if you're going to be that old, and you filling out for your Social Security and everything, at least be a 4-star.
If
You're a negative 2-star.
If you notice, Chris Kane, those Mendoza completions that he does, he's so accurate. And he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But a lot of those throws, man, are back shoulder. In the plays, a lot of those back shoulder throws. We got something for that ass coming up.
Yeah. Hey, old school Controy just go Warriors or Hoosiers come out and play.
I gotta give a quick credit to AO from earlier because I think he had mentioned it. I think it was 4 games. He said this morning that they got a pick 6, I believe, on the first play of the game over the course of the season. So I got to thinking, I'm like, well, I didn't want to initially believe that we might have a little college Spygate thing going, but when you think about it, how the hell 4 games you get a pick 6 on the first play with 30-year-olds?
And ironically, you got that same pick 6 with Oregon.
Friday night, first play of the game.
First play. It's like he already knew that it was going to be right there. Like, of course, Dante Moore stared the guy down, too. Didn't even go through his progressions, but go ahead. But, yeah. So.
Right.
I just wonder, I mean, do you really, for Mendoza, we went against already. And he was at Cal, correct?
With ACC refs. Keep going.
Right. And you've seen the type of defense we had then.
Yeah, and I was gonna say no defense.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were 25 down
Right.
and came back to beat you. Right?
Right.
Now, I'm not, and that was with an elite quarterback as in Cam Ward. Right? Now, I'm not going to compare Carson Beck to Cam Ward because there's really no comparison because it's like comparing apples and oranges to see if they're the same. They're not. Two different play styles, but they are effective when need be.
Yeah.
What Mendoza's about to go through is going to be the most painful ass whipping that he would ever get in his young life.
Mhm.
Okay, because for one, he sounds like an AI. Okay, he sounds propped, he sounds pampered, and he sounds like he's already been programmed. Right?
Mhm. Oh, he's a little Boy Scout. Keep going. So yeah.
Right. See, you see what he did? He forgot that this Miami team that he's going up against,
Mm-hmm.
that he lost to, didn't have a defense.
Right.
This one does.
And they
And we're probably in the top 5, top 10, if not the top 5 in the country.
Mhm.
So
Hey guys, and we just held one of the highest scoring teams to 27 points, and some of them were even gifted with a kicker that has a leg that I've never seen before. One of them inexplicably doinked in that should have doinked out like the other one. I mean, does
mhm.
Indiana have a kicker? I mean, are they going to get an automatic 3 points if they cross the 50? Because that's what Ole Miss was getting. But I say all that, and I'm stopping your time, Chris. You still got 2 minutes. But the truth of the matter is that let's be real, guys. We held them under 30 points. They hadn't been held under 30 points all year.
Yeah.
These are facts.
Facts.
Ole Miss, I'm
now,
talking about.
now I will say this though. Last I checked, that kicker was like 45 years old.
Oh, for
So
Ole
they
Miss?
do have
Probably.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah.
But you know that Viagra shot that they give you the pill and they give you the shot. He took it in the leg. That's why he just went and it was so stiff when it went. You know, the way it just
Well,
went that way.
I don't know nothing about that because for me, the mule still jumps out the stable real good.
Yeah, here
Right.
comes
But
the
see,
Stallion for help.
he had something else going on there. I don't know. I think he had his injected with some embalming fluid or something. I don't know what he had going on to keep it stiff. You know, because if you ever look at the leg, it didn't just flimsy just go up. It just
Shoo.
and it just went back down.
Stallion
Exactly.
after dark.
Exactly.
That is, baby. That is. This is
What
where
they
you speak
don't
your
tell you,
piece.
Yeah, Cheyenne Lee.
what they don't tell you. But I will say this is that
1 minute, brother. Go ahead.
Mendoza,
Yeah.
okay, Mendoza does have a quick release. He does have all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. But at the end of the day, we have quicker DBs. We have quicker
Mhm.
linebackers. So
Yep.
you've never had to deal with the type of pressure that you're going to be able to, you're getting ready to receive. And see, the thing about it is, you are stepping into Dade County, brother. You're not in Indiana. Michael Jackson is not moonwalking for you. Okay? He ain't showing up. Latoya, none of the Jacksons is showing up from Gary, Indiana for you. Reggie Miller ain't showing up for you. Nobody from the Indianapolis 500 is showing up for you, stupid looking ass. Okay? Your ass, along with with Mr. Furley, okay, you're gonna get your ass whipped royally because see what y'all like to do, y'all don't beat people. Y'all like to beat and like to keep scoring. So what's gonna happen is that you got one time to try that shit on us, and you're gonna get an issue that you never thought that you'd have before. Like you're gonna go back to Toto. You're gonna go back. You're gonna wish it was the Wizard of Oz after we get through peeling your ass off that ground
Mhm.
because you're stepping into Dade County. You're
Chris
stepping.
Kane. Chris
Yes,
Kane,
sir.
all I keep hearing about is how Fernando Mendoza, how accurate he is, how accurate a passer he is, how he can dot the eye, how he can put it on the bullseye. Well, guess what?
Well,
Anybody can put it on the bullseye when he sits back there in the pocket. I'm going to use a Louisiana analogy. When he sits back there in the pocket and can make a gumbo, all right? Anybody can do that. LJ knows what I'm talking about. When you sit back there in the pocket and make a gumbo, it takes all day. Anybody can be accurate, bro.
You know what, Rocky? I got a point for that though. You know what? Anybody can be accurate when you're at point blank with a shotgun.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see what you do with marksman,
Mhm.
500 yards away. and you got to throw that line, and you got Jacoby Thomas waiting for you to throw it, not to pick you off, but to hit the shit out of your wide receiver and crack his ribs.
And Keontae
I
was
wonder what
looking ready to knock some shit too last game too. So Keontae's not
Right.
just a ball hawk; he's hitting too. Keep going.
That's the first problem. And then you got to worry about Keontae Scott. You got to wonder where the hell he is, because I'm going to tell you something. That psychopath, you better keep your eyes on that motherfucker at all times, because he ain't right all up there. Because let him blitz your ass off that blind side that you don't see, you're going
He freeze
bye-bye.
up on us?
Because you thought Wesley Persaint hit you hard at Cal.
last year.
You
Yeah.
just have no idea about what the hell is about to happen. You about to get your ass put up on the eyebrow, sir. Okay, and they're going to be reading about your ass in the Miami Tribune or the Miami Herald. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Mhm.
So
Yes,
therefore,
sir.
I'll be
Facts.
sitting back and waiting.
Shane, brother, next week join us. We're going to go into it much deeper, brother. Appreciate the love and support always, man. You have a fantastic
Yes,
week. Enjoy
sir.
this, brother.
Yes,
We've been
Kane.
going
Always.
so yeah.
Yes, sir. And I have to rewatch the show from earlier today because I was in
Yeah,
church. I
please
was
do.
trying to
Oh,
catch
oh,
up.
man,
AO and Larry
I was
was fire this morning. They were
listen. I
fire.
was missing you today, brother, because we had some dude named Bullet. We had some Indiana people up there running their mouth, man. We were missing you this morning.
Yeah,
Steve,
I
it was
hit
a good
Bullet
thing
today.
I
Y'all
went.
had Bullet this morning? I hit
We
him
had-
today. I hit
Yeah,
him
did you?
Bullet.
It's a good thing I went ahead and went.
Lifelong Indiana fan, man.
My
He can tell you everybody on that roster. He can tell you
Yeah.
who they're screwing and everybody. So, yep,
Oh, yeah.
old
Oh, yeah.
Bullets.
Mhm.
In
Bullet.
fact, he said that Indiana is going to give us a belt. Yeah, the same belt we're going to use on their ass.
Yeah.
How about
Chris
that?
Kane,
Yeah.
they ain't seen nothing like us all year, and man, you should have.
Oh yeah, he predicted 52-10. We gonna lose. Oh man, he was
Somebody
on
else
one
said
this morning.
56-0. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Bullshit.
It was like three of them.
Bullshit.
Hey, Stallion and Larry Frank and Rocky, before I leave out of here, I just wanted to know, since he had all of these predictions and everything else like that about what the score was going to be, did he ever tell you about his Uncle Beverly?
No.
I'm out of here.
Oh, man.
Nothing right about that.
I love it, man. That's our guy.
Boy.
That's Chris Kane,
Chris
baby. And
Kane,
let me tell
Chris
you something,
Kane.
man. Hey, you know what? And then the guy talked all that nonsense, and you gave him the platform to come on, and his sorry ass
Yeah.
stayed. Fuck him. Come on.
And that's
listen,
the thing. That's the thing.
Oh,
I told him, I said, bro, come on here. We're not gonna attack you. I mean, you know how we do on YouTube,
Yeah.
man. Hey, we want you to
Yeah.
speak your piece, man. Everybody's
exactly, and that's what
Same
this show's
thing
all
here.
about.
If there's anybody here that's like in Indiana, come on
We
in.
ain't gonna attack you,
Please,
please.
and I want X's and O's, and I will let you talk. We won't interrupt you. This isn't a political debate. No, this is a friendly conversation of football. I don't entertain anybody that doesn't tell me names or give me actual X's and O's like we have provided on this show and other shows' platforms, because we all know ball. We all played ball. We all had opportunities to go somewhere and play ball. Injuries cut my career short. Rocky, you had an opportunity to play. Larry, nobody fucked with you.
I started
They still
making
don't fuck
babies.
with you. Yeah, that's it. So there, you had a beautiful woman. Come on now. That's what that does to you. Hey, real quick, before I get Lakers all day on, and let me tell you, this is Lakers' first on the show, by the way, and I'm grateful to have him on, honestly.
This is Lakers all day coming on?
It's his
My
first
guy,
time.
my guy.
First time coming
Yeah.
on. So I wanted to bring him on. He's been waiting patiently. Real quick, I just want to say this. Thank you, Abella Danger. Keep doing it from the back for Carson.
Damn right.
And and also more than anything,
slurp.
Threesomes, whatever you got to do, Abella, we love it.
Slurping
she's
it
become
from
my
the
new
back.
favorite. She's become my new favorite. I love you, baby.
Yeah.
And number two, no, second to Mariah, but number two, real quick, more than anything, all I gotta say is that Keelan Marion right now, Larry, I don't know if he may have heard us on you talk or something. Just say, oh, you just got a glorified kick returner. That boy playing himself on Sundays now, the way he's been stepping up.
Yeah.
And I love that we're just the motivators. I mean, if that's fine, if that's what we have to be, the martyrs to get the best out of somebody, you don't even have to pay us $1 million a year. We'll just tell you what it is, because we love this fucking team. We want this program to be here for the rest until our days, until we're called up above, baby. But that being said, Lakers all day. Brother, unmute yourself. You've got 5 minutes. I'm going to start your time after the applause ends. So, brother, welcome to the show. Please, and make sure that I'm muted on the background so there's no echo, just if you're listening on the YouTube as well. But that being said, brother, welcome to Stallion Speaks.
All right, what's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Lakers all
Lakers
day.
all day.
Hey, listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Mario and like the UM organization. I think they listen to like some of y'all YouTube channels because like what I'm saying. It's kind of crazy how like what I'm saying like sometimes what I'm saying we be like talking about what I'm saying like the OC, the defense, and low key they be making changes. You know what I'm saying? The next game or what I'm saying like the game prior. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the UM staff or somebody they be listening to like all that the YouTube.
Pa-
You know
Pause this time, Stallion. I got something for that real quick. Lakers all day. I can
what's up?
tell you. I can tell you for a fact because it was
Hmm.
told to me and Devin. Yes, there is somebody. Every college has somebody in the PR department. They watch all the podcasts, and anything that comes out is given to the staff. So I can confirm, yes, they are
Okay.
watching
Okay.
these podcasts. So you're right about that.
That's good. That's great news. That's great news. That's great news. But yeah, but I mean, I feel like Mendoza haven't seen the defense. You know what I'm saying? Like we have now because what I'm saying we have playmakers on all levels of the given week. We got D line, we got linebackers, we got corners, and we got safeties out here that can come up to you and hit you too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we're faster, we're bigger, we're stronger than them, and we make plays on the defensive end. When they play football on like the opposite side of the ball, they like to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? They like to play three wide, you know what I'm saying, and throw the ball down the field. Right? So and low key, if you go watch like this like the Oregon game or what I'm saying, like the Iowa game, Penn State game, they Carson Beck might have a field day. Because you know why?
Mm,
They can get the dope ball thrown on them. Because guess what? They can't really stop the throw. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna have to guard Malachi. They're gonna low key be worried about Malachi all the time. But then you got Mary and CJ out here that they have to worry about.
right.
So I feel like Carson is gonna have a 300, maybe 200 yard night. So
Oh, easy,
A
easy.
lot of that too. Lakers all day during that Oregon game for Mendoza was one read and throw, one
yeah,
read and throw,
yeah, one week to throw.
all in rhythm. One read throw,
Mm-hmm.
read
Mm-hmm.
throw.
Because you know why?
He didn't have
Yeah.
he didn't have to do much in that Oregon game.
No,
He really
because no, he didn't because like, there wasn't no pressure.
no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if there's no pressure on your quarterback, he's gonna be squeaky clean out there just looking around. You know what I'm saying? Trying to throw the ball. He good, but with us, you can't do that because we got Scott coming. We got Bang on the right side, Mezzo on the left. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't. I don't think his jersey is not gonna be clean. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be dirty. So
Mm-hmm.
hmm
There hadn't been one QB this year, Lakers all day that we hadn't gone after. I actually think of all the teams we played, actually all Ole Miss did the best job as far as I'm not gonna say keeping us down, but
hmm
kind of it was kind of a relenting on our rush. They did the best job out of the teams we played.
yeah, but me, I think they was holding too though.
Yeah, that too. They
You
were.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go watch some of the tape and the film, it's like they were holding Bane that were like it's like something they like hold him from like a shoulder pads and he can't really move because they're holding him, but they don't call it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, let's see what the refs do. But I mean, man, I want the ball. I mean, I want to play defense first.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play defense first. I don't want the ball
Right.
because I want our defense to show them what we have on defense and what Mesidor did not Mesidor, but what Mendoza didn't have in Cal. Because guess what? The reason why everybody is saying Indiana is because of their offense. They're not talking about their defense. They're only talking about met on they're talking about the quarterback and how good he is on offense.
Mm-hmm.
So I want defense to get offense to see what happens.
Well, I'm looking
Mm.
at their schedule right now. I pulled up. I'm looking at their schedule. They got 7 games that they scored in the 50s or more.
Mm-hmm.
Really had a big margin of victory. Kennesaw State, Indiana State, Illinois, who was ranked number 9 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
UCLA, Maryland, Purdue, and Oregon Friday night. Obviously, everybody, I'm looking at these scores. Everybody's looking at the score differential here, and everybody's just buying into the hype of what they did. I mean, the common theme I'm seeing with these blowouts is definitely, defense is not like Miami, not built like Miami. Offensive lines not built like Miami. The close games I'm looking at, the 20-15 against Iowa, the initial 30-20 against Oregon, the Penn State, the 27-24, Ohio State. I mean, listen, Miami's going to shock this team. This team is not ready.
Can I just say this real quick? What about the fact that in this last game against Old Piss that we didn't even have our starting defensive tackle playing on a gimpy ankle? He gave it a go. He's going to be ready to go. That's going to plug the middle right there, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, we are going to smash this team in the face.
We've heard.
They're never going – I'm telling you guys, they have not faced a team as violent and on a mission as Miami. And this is in our own stadium.
We heard all this going into. We heard all this Stallion going into OSU. We heard the same thing.
Yeah,
and we sent their sorry ass fans walking single file,
defending champs,
and their fans were walking single file out that stadium, and they're better. They have the 5 stars to match us. This guy, these team culture, whatever. You don't think we got a culture? We don't think we got a team? You don't think we've been through it, man? We have suffered for 23 fucking years. And it is our time now, guys. If you ain't with us, there's the door. I've told you that for weeks now.
Yep.
We are the you. Us against the world. Nobody, and I mean nobody, comes into our house and beats us. That's a fact. Lakers, keep going, brother. You still got 2 minutes.
All right. So yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you think OJ and DeMar Brown's they're gonna play, and and if they do play, is 24 gonna be is he gonna play too, or Scott? Because if Brown and OJ come back, right? How are they gonna divide the minutes up for these corners?
They'll probably rotate him in. They probably won't. OJ may start. Brown probably won't start. You're probably looking at Ethan O'Connor.
I like Ethan O'Connor.
I like Ethan. I like him too. I think OJ will get the start along with Ethan, and I think certain packages they'll probably rotate Brown in just to get him back in. But
no, because Brown haven't been playing since what game he didn't play? Since the Texas A&M, right?
Oh man, nah, it's way before that. He's been out. He's been out for a minute. So that's why I'm saying I don't think they'll just throw him in there right off the bat. They have to work him in, test him in, make sure everything's good with him. He's good to go, and then see how he's responding to being back in live game action. He's going to play. I mean,
Lakers all day. Everybody's going to try to give it a go. It's national.
Yeah, they're going to give it a go.
Everybody's going to try to give it a go.
They're going to play. They're going to play.
Can play is going to play. Now the snaps, the rotation, the burn. That'll depend on how much they can handle.
But Rocky, there's one person that I hope he just sits his ass on the bench. Don't even think about putting him.
Who's that?
David Blake. Leave that dumb motherfucker out of the game. Please don't play him.
Hold on, wait. What number is he?
That's number 11, defensive tackle.
That's the one that got us a penalty? He can't play.
Third short that they put at nose tackle.
Bro, leave that ignorant bitch on the sideline where he is, because I'm tired every time he gets in the game. This dude is always committing stupid penalties.
And it's always a critical moment.
Always extended drives.
Yeah, he don't need to play, bro.
No, Justin Scott has been done very well. Armando Blunt, I know he's a little undersized. He filled in very well when he could against a very good SEC offensive line. Guys, let's also talk about this. Indiana doesn't have the offensive line that Ole Miss had. I mean, Ole Miss still had a decent offensive line to an extent. And like Eric said earlier in the chat, the quarterback for Chambliss was amazing. I mean, he didn't beat us with his legs, but he made some throws. He was getting that ball out there in 2.3 seconds. Mendoza's averaging 3. And he ain't going to be able to get that. Last I checked, you can't get the ball to the receiver if you're on your back.
Yeah, their big dog. Their big dog on the offensive line, fellas, is a guy named Patrick Coogan, who's a transfer from Notre Dame, plays center. That's their quarterback on the offensive line. Big dude. That's their one. After that, I mean, across the board,
nobody else.
They're not going to hold up.
You have to also, Rocky, look into this. The receiver. What I sent you guys in our group chat today.
Who, number
You got to see
18?
what comes out of this. The leading receiver. I forgot his
number
name.
80?
Surratt,
Number 80?
Surratt, Elijah Surratt.
Or Becker.
Becker, you're talking about Becker, right? Because Becker is the one already catching touchdowns a lot.
I gotta go look, but the one, whoever their leading receiver was, that there's an accusation of gambling. It's gambling accusations.
I didn't see that.
I sent it to you guys earlier.
Missed that one.
Yeah, I never seen that either.
I gotta look for it. God dog it.
Hey Larry, go back in the messages that you sent them in.
I'm looking.
I swear I thought it was Surratt. Elijah Surratt.
It's Elijah Surratt, Michael Becker, and there's another one as a third guy.
Or did I send it on Facebook? I'm checking now. But either which way, I sent it to somebody. Here it is. Nick Marsh.
I
put it in the group. Nick Marsh is reportedly. Yeah, he's reportedly under any, and I say that because if he's doing it, allegedly, because you got to make
Thank
sure
you,
those
AO.
words.
Thank you, AO.
Yep. Thank you, AO. If he's doing it allegedly, he ain't the only one that's allegedly doing it. So we got a week until then to see what comes out. Right now, Indiana, to me, it's too much stuff going on with this team. You already got the accusations of hacking into the system and looking at practices and stuff like that. You got Signetti up here who's looking like freaking Dan Aykroyd, staring at the camera like he done lost his damn mind, talking about drinking beer and sending signs to Miami and shit like that.
Oh, that demented fucking Mr. Rogers, I'm telling you. So,
yeah.
It's just like Mr. Rogers with that little fight. Won't you be my neighbor? I mean, fuck.
He can scowl all he wants.
Anthony Perkins looking little bastard. Go sleep with your mom up in the psycho house or whatever like that.
Stop it. Stop it.
I'm bringing the heat, baby, tonight, man. I'm telling you. So, Shit. Lakers all day, brother. First great call. Please come back next week, brother. Hit that like button and share it, brother. Listen, this is a party tonight, baby, and I love you all, man. I love this. I wouldn't roll with any other fan base but the Miami Hurricanes, baby. Been proud of Kane fans since the day I was born in '84. So come back next week. So. Fire Marine Kane, I know that you've been waiting back there. If you're ready to go, you have to get your mic and camera set up before I can add you. So I will get you on. Brandon, you're next on the show. Brother, another day one supporter. I love you to death, man. Before you get started, I'm going to get your time started. I want to bring you on properly like you deserve as everybody else. Welcome to Stallion Speaks. Brother, speak your piece.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, man?
What's up?
Canes all day. Canes all day, feeling good to be a Cane. Man, I was like, boy, listen to y'all got me laughing. I was like, boy, y'all like Coach Hayes tonight. Y'all got that cane juice in his bite, nigga.
That's Stallion over there, man. Talking about psycho and
real quick, just like the lovely Mariah says, the Italian Stallion. That's what she says right there. So yeah.
I said, well, that cane juice bite, boy. But man, I wasn't gonna be long, man. I just had a question. Like people have been talking about. People have been talking about like how Bane and Mesidor has been getting held, and they kind of like talking about it like it's at the playoffs. But I'm like, this has been going on all year long. Yeah. That's why Bane's numbers are down. He's held literally every snap. And so my question is there like somebody from Miami who like can fight for this? Like I guess just say behind the scenes, like saying, hey, You know, I heard it was supposed to be something like that you can submit something to
my understanding,
official.
yeah, not to cut you off, Brandon. My understanding is that both coaches can submit when the referee crew is assigned. They can actually submit certain things that they've noticed that they would like them to look out for. Now, there's not a guarantee that it will be called. That's up to the discretion. All the referee crews can acknowledge that they received it and go from there. They can probably discuss it as a crew and see if they'll look for it and so forth. If they see it, again, these are people, and it's subjective, and again, you'd like to think that they'll play by the rule book. If it's the ACC refs, they call inexplicable bullshit that I've never seen before, stuff that you never see. But we will hope that the SEC calls it fair, even though they don't have one of their darlings in it this year. But
I can tell you, Brandon, for the ACC games, the Miami office has been sending appeals every week, and you see how that turns out.
Well, you know what? You know what? I will tell you one thing that I noticed, and I love what I saw the other night as far as the officiating. Mario has been getting in their ass. Because I forgot I think that was a targeting call. I think Mario.
Oh, he went nuts. He went nuts. Yeah. He went nuts on that and the pass interference. I mean, Chris Graves literally pulled him down, and they're looking, and they look like they got their thumb up their ass. So,
can you put that comment back up real quick?
Which one, by Vance? Yeah.
Ryan, look, Vance. We have no problem with physical play here at Stallion Speaks. We can play physical all night. But when your guy's coming around the end in a stranglehold from the opposite player, and they up above his neck and they grabbing him at his neck, trying to yank him down, doing this, that's a hold, brother.
That's a hold.
Bane is past people and he throwing his hands up like this, and guys coming by his neck. He's literally getting snatched back. And I'm kind of like, aren't they supposed? But it's supposed to be something like they give a description as to why they didn't call or something, though, right? When they submit, okay, this play here, like, look at my man being held. Isn't it supposed to be a description or something that they're supposed to reply back to the team saying this is why they didn't throw a flag or something?
They should. They should.
That type of stuff like that right there is just kind of like, when is it gonna stop?
Well, and Brandon,
when
can
are
I
you
ask
gonna
you
start
this?
giving Miami their flag? I don't think Ruben Bain has gained a holding call all season long. I don't think they've ever. I've watched every game the whole way through, and I have not seen a flag be thrown and saying holding, on the guy that's guarding Bain.
Right.
Like, I haven't saw it all season long.
Brandon, can I just say this? And listen, here's the other truth of it. The fact is this. It's not so much crying for calls or anything like that, but when you have the high talent level of a guy like a Bain or something of that nature, how many guys have we seen in the past for other teams get that call? And it's like, what? You can't tell me if he was on Alabama that they wouldn't look the other way.
Yeah,
I mean, we were talking about this guy as maybe a dark horse for the Heisman, the way he was playing against the Gators, and then it's like, they magically forgot to start calling holds against him. Oh, you know when that changed? When the ACC refs were involved. I've never seen anything like it. And again, I'm not trying to say that Miami deserves all these calls. No. But if the game is called the way that it's called, and you look at the Jimmies and the Joes and the X's and the O's, we are a far superior brand. Now, we've played stupid at times. Dawson with his inexplicable BS. I saw a comment in the box about stay away from the Malacat. I like how you call it that. And, what you need to do is just run up and fucking smash him in the face, because here's the truth of it. Oregon didn't have the backs to do it. Clearly, Alabama didn't have a running game. They haven't had one since Saban left. And the facts of the matter is neither did Ohio State. I want to see the physicality of Indiana, and they're going to understand what Ole Miss went through. Because here's the thing. How can you pick six it if we're not going to throw the ball and we just run it down your ass? And here's the other thing, too. We've not shown the whole playbook. We've not shown the whole playbook in terms of this. Pringle hasn't played yet. And if you can wear him down with both Brown and Fletcher, and then you hit him with Pringle that can break one and so forth,
He's
lights
gone.
out, baby.
Yeah,
gone.
Yeah.
And who knows? Who knows? If we really, pounding and pounding, and we're ahead big, and our guys rest. Who knows? Jordan Lyle might get in there and get a run or two, and and bust something open. But like even kind of back to the holding stuff. In the Texas A&M game, that was the defender fell down. He fell, and literally rolled up under Maui Noah, and Maui Noah fell on top of him, and they called holding on on Maui Noah.
Yeah.
And I think it was like one of our big plays too. It was like, what? Like the guy fell and Maui Noah fell on top of him. But it's like, you know, when our players are being held, literally held back, not nobody, you know, pancaking them or, you know, falling on top of them, nothing like that. And we're not getting calls. And I'm just kind of like, you know, where is that coming from, or what is that all about?
So the buzz so the buzz there, Brandon, is that an offensive lineman, especially the tackles, are taught to keep their hands inside, right? When their hands get outside of the pads, and you see that jersey pull one way or the other, that's a hold. That's automatic flag. Now the question becomes, how do you distinguish from when that happens over to an arm bar? How is an arm bar, like we're talking wrestling terms now, not the same as getting outside, you know, with your hands and, you know, losing your technique and your fundamentals on a pass rusher, either a defensive end or a blitzer or whatever. In this case, we're talking about the ends. I don't understand it, bro, and maybe somebody will explain it to me one day. But you know, I mean, again, all I want is consistency. If you're gonna call it one way, call it the other way.
Yep.
You know, that's what I would be consistent.
Can I highlight this comment real quick, by the way? If they actually did, Ayo, baby, I wish you'd come on for a couple minutes, man. I'd love for you to be on the show, man. I really appreciate everything you do. If they actually did the holding calls, it would legit not see a team cross the 50. The refs this year towards Miami have been absolutely criminal. Yeah, they should be actually fired is what the fuck they should be. So,
that's my
great.
I wonder how many, to Ayo's point, I wonder how many holding calls that we've sent.
Welcome, Brad. Thank you.
I wonder how many egregious calls we've sent to the ACC office this year. I bet it's north of 50.
But I tell you what, I bet you next year, the ACC officiating against Miami, I bet you they're going to tone that shit down because they've been put on Front Street with everything that they've done this year. And especially if Miami wins this national championship, I bet you they're going to chill out now because they're going to see that, guess what? Clemson and FSU is no longer the flag bearer for the conference. Miami is.
Rocky, to answer your question, when this sorry son of a bitch isn't the commissioner anymore and so forth like that, this bastard howdy doody looking motherfucker, I hope that we'll finally get the respect that we deserve.
I'll tell you, Stallion, look.
Just go back to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Stallion, look, I'll tell you this. Look, like LFJ said, if we win that national title, I hope Echeverria and Radakovich go into that ACC office, slap their dick on the fucking table, and say, "Listen, motherfuckers,"
and across his face.
Now you gonna start paying attention or what? That's what I. Go ahead, Brad.
And we can sing Three's a Company to him too. Hey, Dr. Jim Phillips, come and suck on our balls. They've been waiting for you.
But like, you know, for these people too, you know, to close it out, these people that are talking about Indiana going to blow Miami out, you know, I just haven't even responded. I'm just like, those are just people that obviously just don't want to see Miami win. You know, they still haven't had enough of Miami losing. And so I'm just kind of like, you know, you know, you don't really believe that. You just saying that shit because
you know, and Brandon, you know, Brandon, we heard that at A&M. We heard that going into A&M.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
We heard that going into ASU. We fired back. Ole Miss, we were actually favored. We played our bad game. We still got out. And now here we go again. You know, it's like, okay, whatever. Let's
Check this out. Check this out. I got a little, I ain't gonna say breaking news because it hit 2 hours ago. I'm just seeing it, but right here.
Go for it.
Heather Dinich reported the Big Ten is willing to consider a 16-team college football playoff field in 2026 if the SEC will commit to a 24-team field 2 or 3 years later. Multiple sources told ESPN. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has no interest in committing to that right now. If Sankey and the Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti can't reach a compromise by January 23rd, the field will remain at 12. More details. So now they want 24 teams to appease the SEC.
Why don't you just get their whole damn conference while you're in there? I mean, let's invite the little sisters of the poor while we're at it.
You know what? They overrated. They're overrated. The SEC is overrated now. Even the SEC's best team, it might have been, Ole Miss, as they want to say, they made it the deepest in the playoff. But the best team was, literally kind of by eye test was Georgia, and even they had some deficiencies. I was looking at Georgia all year long. Was like, this ain't what we were accustomed to be from 3-4 years ago about Georgia. Like, I was kind of like, they want to say Miami had the hardest path, and we may have it in terms of where teams were ranked and all that type of stuff there. But I was like, we could beat literally every last one of them teams: Texas A&M, Ohio State, or Georgia or Ole Miss. I was like, I mean, we could beat them.
Brandon,
now
quick
looking
question.
at what we've done in this playoff, I'm like, man, we come with a complete game. It's gonna be over with for Indiana. That shit gonna get ugly early.
Brandon, let me just ask you this real quick. I want to ask you one question before I let you go. Jay, thank you for being patient. I can't wait to get Jay on because it's fire when Jay comes on. But anyway, here's the truth of it. You talk about speaking your piece. But anyway, but no, I want to ask you this, Brandon, and feel me out on this. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, and thank you for mentioning Georgia because it slipped my mind. But you put Ohio State, Georgia, Ole Miss, or Texas A&M, fuck Tulane. But I'm just saying these other four. On that other side where Indiana is at, how could you not put any of those four teams through what the path they just went through? Okay, that's not the Nick Saban Alabama. Oregon, again, the bridesmaid, never the bride. I mean, the greatest suck wannabe team of all time. And literally, what Miami has gone through. We're battle tested. Don't fucking talk about our schedule anymore. Do you know that if this Miami team gets this done on Monday night, as they will, but what I'm saying, should they get this done on Monday night, they will have as many top 10 wins as our beloved 87 Canes that some have said were the greatest before 87 crowned 01 because of the talent level. You can't help who you play, but it was a different style back then. We weren't locked in a conference. We were independent that played anybody, anywhere, anytime. And you could make the schedule right there. Go ahead.
I pissed off some LSU people this afternoon, actually, in Walmart that were talking shit to me. And they told me how great LSU was, talking about, 2019 is better than 01 Miami because we beat 7 ranked teams. I said, well, I got news flash. When Miami wins this national championship on Monday night, they will have beaten 8 ranked teams. So I guess 2026 Miami, 25 Miami trumps 2019 LSU. Fuck you. It is what it is.
Hey, bro. Hey.
And I'm
go fuck yourselves with your new coach. So
history repeats itself. And I guess that was 2000 when we didn't get into that national championship game, but we played Nebraska as our opponent. And that season, we was kind of, we had a few games where we kind of skate by, and stuff like that. But it was like we saved the best for last. When we played Nebraska, they absolutely punished Nebraska. That's what I'm hoping for on Monday night.
Nebraska had no chance in that game.
No, they had no chance. Yeah, despite our coach, but despite our coach blowing chunks beforehand. Oh, it's Nebraska. I remember what they did to us at Oklahoma State. And Ed Reed and Dorsey were the real coaches of that team. Let's be real. Coker has the name on it, but listen. You have a lot of shit on names, and if it wasn't any substance behind it, it's
no. Butch was still there. That was Butch. That was Butch. He.
Oh, are you talking about the Florida game?
Yeah, that year
before. Oh,
yeah.
You had mentioned Nebraska. I thought you were talking about Nebraska. So okay.
Come on, the Florida game, Sugar Bowl.
The Gators, the Sugar Bowl, the Bourbon Brawl. Yeah.
Okay, so we played Florida. Okay, that was Florida. Okay, I thought we played Nebraska that year.
No, we played Nebraska next year. But you're not far off. There were a couple games against Virginia Tech and Boston College that we kind of walked through it. But when the lights came on and we wanted to put belts to asses, to a team that disrespected us like Washington and Syracuse, I mean, listen, we fucked them up the ass. I mean, simple as that. Come on. So, they didn't want none. So.
Yeah, but that national championship game was our best performance that year. It was a championship year. But yeah, that was the best performance that we had. And I'm hoping for the same thing this time right here, man.
We'll get it, brother. Well, listen, thank you for coming on, Brandon. Please come back next week. We'll break it down even further. Thank you for the love and support. Hit that like button and smash it and share it with everybody to join our cause and speak their piece. Simple as that, brother. Go Canes. Well, he's been waiting patiently backstage, and I can't wait. If anybody brings more fire to the damn show every time he comes on, they always say, what's Stallion going to stay next? And I always say, whatever the fuck I want. Well, Jay, he gives 0 fucks. So let's bring him on, baby. Round of applause. Jay, welcome to Stallion Speaks. Speak your piece.
Stallion, Utah, Rocky, what's going on, fellas?
What's up?
We made it, right? This where it's at, right? Got the rock,
Where's
right?
that?
This is what we've been waiting on all off season, right? This where you put all your eggs in the basket. If you can't play, get the fuck out the way. If you gonna play, get on the fucking field, right? This is what we've been waiting on, right, fellas?
Yes, sir.
All I'ma say,
Somebody else says, Jay,
Again.
burn the ships. Burn the ships.
listen, this is what I'm gonna say, bro. I was in another group chat, and I just want to say this real quick. They need to get the fuck off JoJo tail. Yeah, he dropped the fucking pass, but every time JoJo come in the fucking game, he blocks his ass off. He fucking out there pancaking people. He could have took the fucking low route and be walking around with his head down. He blocks every time he gets the game. And I said to myself, nobody bashed Ryan Williams for the down year he had this year, dropping touchdowns in the fucking end zone. No, I don't hear nobody bashing Ryan Williams. So I want to know what the fuck is this JoJo slander. He has the time to turn it around. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people, bro.
He's playing hard.
Okay.
He's playing hard. He's playing hard.
He's still a freshman, man. That's what I said earlier. He's a freshman. Give him a break.
He's coming off an injury too. I mean, he didn't get reps last year.
He was down, and he's JoJo's 19 years old. Wasn't doing what he got to do in the start of the season. Cool, but he's blocking his ass off every fucking play, bro. Yeah. Blocking is an asset most receivers don't like doing. Don't like blocking because receivers, they're sassy. They sedity. They don't like doing the dirty work, and he's willing to do it.
JoJo Trader is the subject of a lot of stuff going on right now. Not related, just internally, what they're doing in the portal. I didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. But he's the subject of a lot of stuff going on. All right, go ahead.
I know, but it's like, okay, he dropped the pass. Okay, I get it. But damn, dog, like when he comes in the game, he blocks. He fucking blocks, bro. This is not the time to be negative towards UM, bro. It's not the fucking time for that shit. I don't want to hear it. And then these ticket prices, bro. What about the fans who are from down here? How the fuck we supposed to afford the game? What type of shit is that to us as fans,
it's kind of
bro?
like they put that big screen out there for the fans that can't afford it, that are having a party outside for the NBA games. I mean, that's what it's become, and that's not right. That's bullshit. You're right.
Bro, I looked at the fucking price today, bro. The price for the ticket is... my cousin played there. I asked him for something. He said he can't even get fucking tickets. If anything, he only could get one. That's fucking crazy. I live literally 1 mile from the stadium.
Bunch of bureaucrats in the stands that don't even.
I live 1 mile from the stadium, bro. What about the people from Cal City, Opelika? What about the people from fucking down south Canada? What about the students? The regular students who pay $70K a year. They can't get a fucking ticket.
Facts. Brother,
say that
again,
bro.
Say it again, Jay. Say it again. $70K a year.
That's disrespectful, bro.
But you know what? I think that if you look at where these national championships are being held, I know because I'm going, Rocky. You could roll with me on this one. When you have those neutral site venues, like we have down, like with the Superdome, for example. They are going to jack them ticket prices up because they want the corporate sponsors and the corporations to jump in. And I said earlier, I was talking with Melvin Bratton the other night, and he was telling me that a suite for 9 people with food and everything catered, drinks, is $235,000.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well, that's not that bad. That's a steal. So
that's
insane. And I was messing with him. I said, "Well, Mr. B," I said, "Listen, call your people and listen, get me in there. I got $5 on it. I'm like the Loonies. I got 5 on it." But I say that to say this: you got to remember, Miami. This is where you're missing the Orange Bowl, because even though prices were different back in the day, when them natties were played in the Orange Bowl, and I mean, I know we're not talking thousands of dollars per ticket, but I don't think they jacked them prices up way above the same amount that they would have been for a regular game. Now, they might have went up a little bit more, but it was still affordable for the locals and the fans.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm getting at. So the fact that you have this, because it's either going to be the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, the Sugar Bowl,
Peach Bowl. The Big Six rotate. Yeah,
the Big Six, the New York's, the New Year's Six or whatever. They're going to jack these prices up, but it's just wrong how they're doing it. But unfortunately, corporations have gotten into it, Jay.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this because I know my time be going. I'm gonna say it like this.
Oh, you still got 2 minutes. I stopped it. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. I'm 27 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm a young buck. I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been older than me. Y'all the OGs. You feel me? Y'all don't seen championships. But it been a long fucking time. A game came to fucking Miami Gardens, bro. It been a long fucking time. I could actually watch at the older age I am and be like, damn, I experienced a Miami Hurricane championship. You know what I'm saying? And for you to put a ticket that much, bro, at least $500 for the local people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But 10,000, like, bro, we don't got the NIL money like that. We don't own Tesla. We like, come on, bro. We don't have billion out of their jobs. What we saying, bro? Well, are you
Wouldn't it be
serious?
something, Jay? Wouldn't it be something if Mario took some of that money that they've won and actually, got the diehards in there?
I would love that. I would love that.
That would be fire.
That would show Mario cares. He cares. The local people who is from Miami Gardens, who's from Carol City, who's from Kendall, who's from the Grove, who's from Hialeah, who's from Miami Lakes.
Who
You
have
hear what I'm
suffered
saying?
for 23 years, Jay.
Come
We've
on,
suffered
bro.
for 23 years and gotten pissed in the face, man. Honestly.
That's crazy to me, dog. I'm gonna get into this game real quick. Pawns 5'9", go at him. I'm sorry. I love him. Gotta go at him. He's too little. Gotta go at him.
Agreed.
He's too little. Go at him. He's 5'9". I need to see Josh Moore. I said it. I think he's gonna have a breakout game this game. And I think Shamar Brown, I don't know what it is about him, dog, but he runs like he owed child support money, dog. He runs like he owed child support. He like it was one play. It was one play, Larry and Rocky and Stallion. I think he was behind the line of scrimmage and he dragged the guy for an extra 3 yards, bro. He runs too hard. They're not like Miami. They're not like us. They're not gonna beat us. I don't care. Damari Brown comes back. Federico is gonna be healthy. Moulton is gonna be healthy. We played with a flu game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
We were 75 fucking percent.
Jay, can I stop you for a second? You still got time. Justin Smith 6766 just came on and said, "Do you all honestly think Miami's going to outcoach / scheme Signetti? Indy has given zero fucks about any opponent's athletic ability or potential this year. Let's be real." Well, Justin, thank you. Here's the link. Come on, you can speak your piece and tell us. That's fine. That's a great comment. But we're not saying about that. We didn't say anything like that. What we're saying is what we bring to the table, and that's a lot to try to stop. Again, the opponents that you have faced do not have the running backs in the stable that we currently have. They don't have the offense and defensive lines, despite what the rankings were beforehand. That Ohio State defensive end you faced, he did nothing against us. While Ruben Bain is going to introduce himself to you, if you're even an Indiana fan. And if you are, hats off to you. If we've suffered 23 years, you've never seen nothing in your time. So please come on and please debate us, and we will speak quietly, and we'll give you 5 minutes like we've given everybody else that comes on here. So if you're going to bring that, bring the heat, baby.
Can I say one thing?
Please, Larry, please. I've spoken enough.
Look, Justin, with all due love and all due respect, we ain't Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, or Indiana State. You got to have some competition before you come at me. That's all I got. But I hopefully you come on so we can do it,
It's there. It's there.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So,
and Justin, you came close to getting burned a couple of times versus OSU in the Big Ten championship game, versus Iowa.
Penn State that didn't have a coach and their quarterback was checking out eye candy in the crowd and said a fucking game planning, and you still almost lost.
Justin, don't act like
bring that
y'all
shit
ran through y'all schedule and just totally obliterated everybody. Please. Y'all had y'all close calls too. So it's not like it's almost like those guys don't even know how to act right now. Like you said, they haven't seen anything in 100 years. They don't know how to do this.
If Miami don't beat themselves and stop the run game, we'll win the game. I'm telling you. Facts.
You acting like Mike Tyson knocked out a midget, man.
You know what it is, fellas, bro? They played a fucking trash ass Alabama team and think they somebody. That's what the fuck it is, bro.
That's
And
what it
Alabama
Oregon's the
wasn't.
greatest
They,
suck wannabe team,
dog,
Jay. Oregon,
Jay,
who's a
dog.
wannabe Miami. They've never done anything.
Jay,
I
the
mean,
most
nothing.
Jay,
Just
Jay,
Listen,
the most overrated Alabama team in years.
the only
and they all
fucking
left.
the only fucking throw Mendoza throw real good is 2 fucking throws. The back shoulder
Back
fade
shoulder.
and the one where he goes deep up top. That is it.
And how can he throw
That
it if he's
is
on his back, Jay?
it.
How can he throw it if he's on his back?
You think Ruben Bain and Mesidor ain't pissed off they didn't get Chambliss down? And you know what, fellas, bro? Mendoza holds the ball more than Chambliss. So let's see how that's going to work out for you, player. They keep saying Indiana is tough. They're disciplined. Y'all have little boy trenches. Y'all trenches are dwarfs. Y'all trenches are dwarfs.
Jay,
It's my man versus your man. I'm sorry.
Jay, his average is around 3.5 seconds is when he holds the ball, Mendoza. Now, you know how slow that is?
I love this guy. He's a new subscriber. Rocky, sorry to cut you off. I love this guy. They only beat OSU by 3 points. I
3
fucking
points.
love it. I love
3
it.
But
I
listen,
love
listen. You know why they're feeling themselves right now? Obviously, the Big Ten champs, you're undefeated in the national championship. Nothing wrong
Number
with that.
one
But
team. Yeah, go.
you beat Ohio State and Alabama in the same season. Hey, that's an accomplishment. I get you. I get you. That's something to be proud of. But what you're missing the fact of is the Ohio State team that you beat, they could have beat y'all and probably should have beat y'all if they had a kicker. And Alabama, you caught just a
By the way, this is where I stop having discussions when you can't even tell me the right record. It was 10-3. I don't care. 10-2 regular season. They played in the SEC championship game. Got absolutely smoked by a really not even great Georgia team that should have had 4 losses themselves.
Who got to beat by Ole Miss, who we just beat.
in Oklahoma.
I don't need it. That's all you need. And then obviously you go with a comment in the chat box, but you don't want to come on here. I'd come on an Indiana show, but go ahead. Yeah.
I hope y'all have them because I will come on too.
Fellas, we were. I'm gonna just wrap it up like this, bro. We've been battle tested since they didn't expect us to win 4 games in a row. I'm gonna just say it just like that, bro. Virginia Tech, Pitt, right?
Yeah.
At fucking Texas A&M, didn't expect us to win. The whole media said we were supposed to lose that game with the fucking wind, with the ball, with missing 2 field goals. Go to fucking Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl. You hear all this shit about JJ this, JJ that. JJ had 7 catches, 156 yards, and a TD, and we beat them by 10. We were supposed to lose by 10.
Facts.
Cool.
And I called it by 10. And we should have won by 17 if we didn't dick around for 3 quarters.
Thank
Ole Miss
you.
I'm talking about.
Went to Ole Miss.
17, like I said.
We hear all this shit about Trinidad Chambliss, how he gets the ball out quick, how they got the number 1, if not the number 2 best offense. On that last play, 51 was on the fucking floor, laid out, couldn't get up, bro. Couldn't fucking get up. He was tired. Our trenches are rolling. Yeah. Our trenches don't get tired. This is not the same. This is not Miami. This is not Miami.
They've got 10
secondary.
days. Yeah, they got 10 days right now to get ready.
And these players now, you think these players are not? Listen, I want y'all to think about this. These kids who are from Miami, think about how happy they are when their mom, their dad, their grandpa, their grandma could come to the fucking game and watch them play at the crib.
Right.
Think about how Miami's going to be after you win a national championship. Just think about that, fellas. You think these kids gonna shit the bed now? Or they way focused? They too focused. You don't need no pep talk. Go ahead.
And Jay, not only that, brother, if we win this national championship, we're going to have to keep a stick from everybody who wants to now come here. You know, remember back in the day, people would fart in our face when we wanted to try to get in the room and say, hey, you want to come back? Listen, we'll talk to you. Can talk to us now if you want to be a part of
the good news about that, Stallion, is that Mario has the organization and the structure of Miami to handle that.
And the administration. I want to bring this up real quick. And Jay, I'm going to have to let you go, brother, because LJ's been waiting to get in the back there. Brother, I love you. Please come back, man. Go Canes, okay? So, yes, sir.
Go ahead, Jay.
But real quick, I'm going to get LJ on. Just hang with me, LJ, because I really appreciate it. I missed you, man, the last few weeks. I'm glad you're going to come on tonight. I know you said you had a work schedule and it would be somewhat difficult to come on, but I can't wait to give you your piece to come on and join us. But I want to say this very quickly, Rocky, and of course, please continue with your point. The truth of the matter is that somebody had asked me after our show last week, and I'm sorry I didn't get their comment. They said, for as much hate as Nevin Shapiro gets and so forth, that he's been blackballed. All the stuff that the people like Donna Shalala and everything are welcomed back. And you want to know something? Here's the facts of it and so forth. And I'm not trying to, I even debated on whether to say this and so forth. Donna Shalala did bring money to the university. She cared more about the academics, and she did scare the shit out of the committee from giving us the death penalty and everything like that because of who her friends are. I don't need to say who they are. You know who they are. But the truth of the matter is this. She didn't give a fuck about football. She didn't. She'd show up because she had to get the money, but they were never invested. The fact that they did Butch Davis the way that they did was absolutely inexplicable, okay? They did it to him twice, actually. When he went to the Browns and he was ready to come back on the 06. If you listen to Nevin Shapiro, he said the deal was in place, and then they farted in Butch Davis's face. That's why he went to North Carolina instead of Miami. He was ready to come back and build it back. We could have started this 20 years ago. And before Alabama made their rise, because remember, Alabama made their rise when Saban went in 07. I'm giving you a history lesson that is facts. This is not opinion. This is not bullshit. And I will debate anybody that wants my knowledge against this because I'm a college football historian and former player. Okay? So I wasn't the best. Never pretended to be the best. But damn it, I know my shit. So that being said, though, Rock, but what I'm just saying right here is the fact that the administration that was in charge years ago that allowed these teams like the SEC and all these little ones that were nowhere to be found took a lot of pleasure and took advantage of the fact we didn't give a fuck about football and we were just smoke and mirrors. Should have never come to this. Should have never come. Enjoy these 20 years that you've enjoyed this run because now it's our time and we ain't going anywhere. We ain't going anywhere. We will be in the conversation every year. Go ahead, Rocky. I'm done.
I'll take this to my grave. Shalala was the worst thing ever to happen to Miami athletics and Miami football.
Yeah,
the worst thing ever.
Worse than ever.
And look, yes, she did. And look, it's a two-way. Streets go both ways, right? So for the university, she actually did a great job. She was a great fundraiser. She was a politician. She had a lot of connections. She raised a lot of money for the medical school. The medical school became $1 billion operation because of her, no question. But on the other side of it, athletics suffered. They let it go. What they thought that the brand could hold up on its own, and that was the time back then. Whenever you started the races, the arms races in the SEC, that's whenever they built themselves up. Hey, the U is this dynasty, down there in Coral Gables. They were modeling. They were trying to catch up to us at that time, and we thought we could live off being just who we were. Well, guess what? We thought wrong because the SEC caught up and surpassed us while we were playing with ourselves over here. Basically saying, "Hey, we're the U. We're Miami. We're not going to worry about the facilities. We're not going to worry about upgrades. We're not going to worry about a stadium. Even all the Orange Bowl, God bless it, was falling apart. Let's face it. We're not going to worry about any of this. We're going to basically run our program off of the backs of those that made it great before and hope that the brotherhood comes together and stays together. But look, like we all know, times change, and we didn't adapt with the change in times.
Right.
And because of that, we fell behind and we lost 20-something years from it. And we did it on her watch. That's why I can't stand her. The fact that she's back with the university now on the sidelines is because she was a fundraiser. For a good fundraiser for the school itself and did a lot of good things for the school, which is fine. But if we were to walk up to one another right now, I'd probably tell her, look, you really hurt our program. I'd probably tell her that. She might agree with me. I don't know. I don't know how she feels about it now and how she looks back on it.
No, she's just jumping on the bandwagon like Dr. Phillips and everybody else.
I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't kiss her ass. I'd tell her the truth.
regardless of who her friends are. Real quick, Justin did respond, respect to Miami, but if they think Indy isn't bringing the heat, they're crazy. We didn't say you're not bringing the heat. You better bring the heat.
Say that.
Because we're, and I'll say this also, Justin, with all respect and everything like that, we won a good game. You know, honestly, but I just think that if everybody plays if you all play your A+ game and we play our A+ game, we're 10 points better than you.
Yeah,
we're 10 points better.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Y'all don't respect Miami, and I don't know why
y'all don't respect Miami.
You need to respect that defense. And please,
this isn't last year. This isn't 5 years ago. This is a new Miami. So
and please don't tell me about Louisville and SMU. Because that means nothing right now. Because guess what? We got in, and guess what? Louisville and SMU had no bearing on what we did to A&M, Ohio State, and Ole Miss. And it ain't going to have no bearing on what happens Monday night.
I like this comment. Our most cleanest game was a B- versus OSU. Imagine what an A game looks like on Monday in Diana. Please use your brain. I love you, Bray. Facts,
yes,
baby.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Chris Kane, real quick. LJ, I'm going to bring you on next. One thing about it, in Diana can bring whatever heat they want. We ain't scared at all. Just know, regardless of it being a national championship game, you're still in our house. Facts, Chris Kane.
Yep.
Well, that being said, let's bring him on. He's waited patiently. LJ, welcome to Stallion Speaks. Brother, unmute yourself.
LJ.
Brother, you got 5 minutes. Welcome to Stallion Speaks. Speak your piece.
You can hear me?
Yes, sir. Perfect. Clear.
Gotcha.
How y'all doing? Brother?
Good evening,
brother
sir.
At the bottom. Hey man, you hit everything, every cylinder, every point, you hit everything perfectly or whatever. But man, Indiana, I just want to say this, man. Who do y'all think y'all is, man? Who the hell y'all think y'all is? Y'all are Indiana. Ain't shit going on in Indiana, bro. Even the Pacers choked, bro. Stop trying us, bro. Y'all pay homage to greatness when you see it, bro. Stop trying us like that,
you
bro.
would swear.
For real. Who the hell y'all think y'all is?
Bobby Hurley.
What's the basketball coach name is? That's the only thing I know about Indiana.
Bobby Knight.
What his name? Bob Knight.
Bobby Knight.
Bob Knight, the general. So yeah.
Horrible.
LJ, I mean this. I said this earlier. The best part of Indiana football before the last 2 years ran down the crack of Antoine Randall L's ass and landed on a brown stain on the mattress. Honestly.
No, Indiana. I give Indiana credit because without Indiana, we wouldn't have the Jacksons. So other than Gary, Indiana giving us the Jacksons, that's it. That's all I like about Indiana.
I guess I was talking more Indiana football, but keep going, LJ. Yeah, no, go ahead.
So look, man, I want to ask y'all a question, right? About this Nevitt thing, right? I rock with Nevitt. I'm on Nevitt's side because I don't like how he been treated. Do y'all care about in life, like if somebody do a crime and they do it as a group and the main person who does the crime goes down and then everybody flips on him and snitches, or basically snitches on him. Do y'all feel that that's right? I just want to ask y'all a question.
Snitches get stitches, but that's my Italian in me.
Chris?
I'll let LFJ. LJ. I've got 2 Nevis stories, so I'll let LFJ go with it.
All right.
Okay. So the point I'm trying to make is, everybody want to be mad at Nevis Shapiro about all of this. Nevis Shapiro has something going on. His crime. The people who he was doing the Ponzi scheme with didn't pay the people, and it blew up in his face or whatever. But the man had a heart. The man invested in Miami. The man gave to Miami. He loved Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then because Miami got tied into it and got in trouble, everybody want to be mad at him. But nobody's talking about in his case, all of the Miami players that was waiting to testify on him. But I'm not going to get into that. Because we give all our football players a pass, right? We gave Ray Lewis a pass, right? We gave Ray Lewis a pass. I'm not stepping on Ray Lewis' toes, but we gave him a pass because he's Ray Lewis, the football player, the Hall of Famer. He was fighting a murder charge in Atlanta, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl. Everybody forgot about it. I'm not going to talk about that. But in the Nevis Shapiro, to defend Nevis Shapiro, a lot of the players that he helped, in his case, was waiting. They already signed to testify against this man in this case. So is that right? I stay out of it. If everybody wants to be a we got a bunch of Hall of Famers. I ain't finna say no names. I ain't coming at nobody. I'm just saying right is right, wrong is wrong. And now all of a sudden they want to ban Willis McGahee,
Oh my God.
Miami royalty, because he's on
Gave
Never
two
Shapiro
knees. Gave
podcast.
two knees. And that's the thing, LJ, real quick, and I'm going to stop your time real quick. I learned something at the U Part 2 documentary. He was his sponsor for that thing that's been going on for years. And that's like a son. That's like a son to him. And he even said, you heard the passion on that Ohio State preview. He said they cost this man $30 million.
Yeah.
And that they put a bounty on his head.
But here's
You know
my
that?
question. Here's my
For
question
sure.
real quick.
For
Here's my
sure.
question. I've seen Romberg on his podcast. I've seen Bryant McKinney on his podcast. I mean, if it's really that serious that you don't like the association with Nevin, why did you just keep Willis out and you're not going after everybody that's been on this podcast?
And Larry, I have a theory about that, because guess who was at the press conference when he was first announced and he held up that ridiculous infant jersey? I love Cristobal, but this should have got a real jersey.
And
It
Brian
was
McKinney.
Romberg, McKinney, and Joaquin Gonzalez.
And
Basically,
yes.
the United Nations offensive line that he was a grad assistant helping Kehoe coach before he went to with Shiano to Rutgers. Okay, that's why those guys are protected. Willis is a tailback, but the sad part is that Willis McGahee loves this program. Willis McGahee has even said Carson Beck's a dog, and I'll trust Willis McGahee of he knows who's a dog and who isn't a dog. He even said it ain't Carnell Tate you all got to worry about. Jeremiah Smith's a dog, and Jeremiah Smith's 185 yards in that game is the only reason that wasn't a 25. Okay,
Right.
let's be real.
Agree.
Facts.
24, whatever the fuck it was. Keep going. So
with that, if people care about that, like y'all want to be mad at y'all let Donna Shalala back in. She didn't care about the program, and then your beloved Miami football players was ready to testify against this man. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna give them a pass for that. You know what I'm saying? Then royalty, Willis McGahee, you just disrespecting royalty. And Nevis Shapiro is Mr. NIL. They didn't have a name for it back then. They call it tampering or whatever you want to call it, but he is Mr. NIL before. Well, not really before, because actually the Pony Express with all of those guys those guys in the SEC. That's the original NIL. But Nevis Shapiro was the new NIL, the new and improved NIL, and we was on top before Alabama, just like the story y'all said about Bush Davis, before Nick Saban stepped in and started stealing all our players, before Dabo Sweeney stepped in and started stealing all our players or whatever like that, before they started feasting over our players and winning championships with players that's supposed to be at Miami traditionally. They capitalized off it because we were sanctioned. And everybody's mad at this man behind that. But but we could get to the game. But I'm gonna let y'all go ahead.
LJ, before Nevin, I'll let you go, LJ. But before Nevin, there was 2 Live Crew. Before Nevin, but anyway, go ahead, LJ. Oh, you got that?
Well, listen, I got something. I want to say something, LJ. Let me ask you this real quick, and that's a fact of what you just said, because the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to go hard right here. And if this pisses anybody off, that's fine. I love that we have 69 viewers. I love that we have 69 viewers on. It's my favorite number. But anyway, but the truth of the matter is not 67. But the truth of the matter is that the facts are that we have, for whatever Nevin did, he paid for guys to enjoy themselves at a strip club. He had to pay for an abortion or something of that nature. Help kids get some food in their stomachs because they can't live off of what they have. They got to hit the books. The tuition's insane at this university. Okay. But the fact is this: you have a program up in Pennsylvania that allowed ass raping of children, and they still have a program up there. Okay. This is apples and oranges. You're talking about crimes, people. Okay. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't want to go anywhere near it. They even made an HBO movie where Al Pacino played Beautiful Joe Pa. Oh, he was so sweet. Oh, how can you go against Joe Pa? Joe Pa knew and didn't say a word. And that is the biggest disgusting disgrace to this beautiful sport, that if any of us, anybody in this chat, or you have sons or, even daughters, because girls can play the sport too, have played this sport, to have someone like that still have a program is shameful. Shameful. That's all I'm going to say about it. But let's talk about the game, LJ. What's your thoughts about serious business Monday night on the 19th?
Monday night on the 19th, I will be in Miami, Florida, in the city. I will be back in my city. I will be there. So Monday night, I was worried. I ain't gonna lie. I was worried about our secondary because I just know, and I saw it. We all saw it, and we can't deny it. I saw it in Ohio State game when OJ Federer went down with a. I thought it was a cramp, but then he was in the walking boot afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, that might be bad right there." So when he went down after that play, we threw in this Jabari Antoine. I don't got no Antoine, whatever his name is. I don't have nothing against that kid, but I'm just saying he didn't play all season. I haven't seen him play all season. I seen him put the pads on and the number on, but I don't know who he is. So to throw that kid in at that moment against the best player in college football, and then when he got in, what did they do? They went straight in on him. They went straight at him. I'm talking about consecutive plays. And Jeremiah Smith caught a quick slant. They scored a touchdown, and then it was so bad to the point where we got the ball back, and then we had to throw. We had to put Ethan O'Connor in, which Ethan O'Connor should have been in on that play. Then it spilled over to the next game. We thought OJ was gonna be fine. After OJ tried to chase Trey Lacey, he wasn't in the game no more. I'm like, where's OJ? And now we was playing Ethan O'Connor and Xavier Lucas. So once Xavier Lucas went out of the game with the targeting, here comes 16 again. And they went straight at him again. He made a play. He made a play on the receiver, number one, Scribbling. He made a play on the sidelines. He broke the play up. And then after that, they hit him with what it was. He got hit with they ran zone, they ran cover 3, and then the tight end caught a corner route in his zone. And if he would have been an experienced corner, he could have made that play. But he's a freshman, wet behind the ears. He haven't really played, so he don't know. So he ran with the post, and it was wide open. Then the very next play, they hit him again on the 2-point conversion. So I was worried until I saw the video today with Damari Brown coming back, and OJ said he's fine. Hopefully he's fine for more than 6 plays of the game, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm worried. I was worried, like if we had Ethan, and then Xavier Lucas can't play into the second half. So
yeah, which is bullshit. Keep going.
If we had Ethan O'Connor and Jabari Antoine for the whole first half, I'm gonna be worried, because if I'm Indiana, I'm going at that boy. Every chance I get, I'm going at him, because he don't know. He hasn't played. I don't care. He hasn't played. Me personally, I would put the experience out there. I would put Dylan Day out there instead of putting him out there, because Dylan Day actually played special teams last year and this year and almost got a pick in the game. Like he isn't as fast as Antoine, but he's more experienced.
LJ, can I counter real quick? As
Go
being
ahead.
with my coaching experience and so forth? I think that Miami, depending on how the health is of certain players and so forth of that nature, I think that Mario needs to really have a serious conversation with Dawson, and let's pay attention to the coin toss, because truth be told, I was surprised, but not surprised that Ole Miss won the toss and wanted to go on offense first. What I think they believed they were going to go down and at least get 3. When we went 3 and out and then we controlled the clock, we should have gotten 7 out of that first possession. We didn't. But the point of the matter is if we get 7 right off the bat, that game goes a different route and so forth, because of the ridiculous play call by Dawson. Just keep running it down their throat. You couldn't stop them. I'm going to pay attention to the coin toss more than anything, because if Miami goes on offense first, we could have a very long, sustaining 7-minute drive, get touchdowns, finish drives. Don't be cute. Just play smash mouth football, because that will counteract. Because if you need to survive to get to the second half, and make sure that Xavier is ready to go, because they're going to make adjustments in game and halftime. I'll give them their due. Everybody that says, "Oh, I'm not," like, come on, look, I'm giving Indiana their props. They've coached their guys out of their minds. They're playing as a team. I'm not saying that they're complete trash, but what I'm saying is that Miami has something for them as well that they've not seen. And it's something to look at something on film, and then when you feel somebody hit you for the first time, it might feel different than the other 16 or 15 games you felt. And you may not want no mas. So, but I would like to counter with those deficiencies in the Bs. I'm worried as well about that. If that's one of my concerns, it's that. I'm also worried about our linebackers and their foot speed, sideline to sideline, if they try to go underneath as well. But the truth of the matter is, if our defensive line can get some type of a bull rush and dictate it, and Mendoza doesn't have time to set his feet, we've done better against the pocket passers. But the pocket passers that have a quick release, like Brian Brom's kid or what have you there at Louisville, that was different. Chambliss had a quick release. Mendoza doesn't have that release. He's like Sayin and the Pitt kid. Those type guys don't have that quick release. And if they're, happy feet, it's going to be a long day for Indiana. But if we can get out of that first half until Lucas is available, should OJ and Damari not be available, but with 10 days, I feel good about it. I feel really good about it. Or now it's almost a week, but still, they should be resting and getting their thing going. Larry, Rocky, did I say anything that maybe you want to add to, and so forth?
No, I think you covered it. Covered it as all. I can't add to that.
Yeah. So LJ, you got 1 minute, brother. Go ahead.
The reason why I keep on talking about defense, because I feel defense wins championships. So I'm not really concerned about what the offense does, because the offense, anything the offense does, in my eye, I'm a defensive player. I play DB. Anything that defense does is extra for me. All I'm worried about is us getting stops, us covering, us putting Ruben Bang finally in the middle of the field, because they could get the ball away. We was just getting there with the pass rush. Like, it was like one step away, and then he get the ball off or whatever. Ruben Bang is not fast enough. He's not good. First of all, Ruben Bang will not play edge in the NFL. He's bigger than Aaron Donald, and he will play inside. So why not put him at his position where, as a freshman, he was an All-American in the inside? He is not an edge rusher. He is not Jason Taylor. Mesidor is more outside rusher because he's faster. We could put Marquise Lightfoot on the outside and let Bang get the rush up the middle and play the run. That way we don't have to worry about Moulton injury. Moulton's injured, so we could rotate. What's number five? Number five. I keep on forgetting his name.
Justin Scott. Justin
Scott. We could rotate Justin Scott and Blay there. And then play Moulton a little bit, because Moulton is injured.
You mean
so
Blunt, don't say Blake.
Put Bang in the middle and let Bang wreak havoc on the guard in the center.
I think he meant Blunt. Yeah, I think he meant Blunt. But yeah, so Armando
Blunt.
Well,
put Bang in the middle and put Bang in the inside and let him go against a guard in the center and wreak havoc all game up the middle and flush Mendoza out the middle, or maybe get in the passing lane and deflect some passes or something like that. He was ineffective last game. That's why we didn't get we got pass rush, but what's a rush when we could get there up the middle? We got speed on the outside. That'll help the DBs out. And the reason why I'm so concerned about the DBs is because if Mendoza has time, these guys got to play ball. And I need experienced guys out there. I don't need a freshman that ain't played out there on the field. I'm sorry. I don't want him out there. He going to get beat. It's just point blank period. He going to get beat because he don't know.
Go ahead, Rocky.
So,
you have your hand up.
LJ, I'm gonna push back a little bit on you, dog. Here's the difference. The difference is in Chambliss. One of the things that Chambliss did real well for Ole Miss, he was real good at changing the launch point. If you look at Chambliss, the way he played the game, he would always either roll. He'd use kind of a corner, I guess, mentality whenever he set up the throw. He'd always roll one way or the other. Okay, changing the launch point and creating more space for your ends that were coming off the edge. Mendoza don't do that crap. Mendoza's a progression quarterback. 1 read, 2 read, 3 read, sit in the pocket. If he doesn't have it, he tries to use his legs. So we're gonna have to spy him because he can run a little bit. Okay, Mendoza. He looks like a broke dead deer when he tries to do it, but he can run a little bit. Okay, but he's not one of these guys that's gonna change a launch point on you and make your defensive ends chase them the way Chambliss did, the way Reed did. Thayen was the same way. Thayen tried to do it, couldn't get away with it because, to Heatherman's credit, we dialed up a lot of blitzing in the OSU game. Keontae Scott was coming in, Jacoby Thomas was coming in. We dialed that up a bunch in the OSU game to keep them off balance. Okay, which it worked. And I think you'll see the same thing again if we can't get to them with our front four. But as we've already talked about in the show, I think we got an advantage versus their offensive line. I don't think their offensive line has never seen anything like our D line. I keep saying this in all these games. It seems like they've never seen anything like this with their schedule. So I think you're going to see a better result whenever we come at them, if not getting to Mendoza, making him more uncomfortable than we did Chambliss, because Chambliss was able to switch directions on us quicker. Mendoza's not going to be able to do that.
Larry, last point before I get LJ out of here. So,
no, the bottom line is, this opportunity that you have right here, we can't get wrapped up in the chatter and the shit talking that's going on. The numbers that you're seeing with the schedule and everything, the 76-10 and the 66-3 and all of that shit that they've been doing, okay, it looks nice, it sounds nice. But at the end of the day, I think our guys realize, just like we're just a couple of fans, former players, blah, blah, blah. We know the ins and outs of football. Anybody that has any football knowledge knows that games are won in the trenches on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And where Miami has the advantage and where they've won each game that they've played has been in the trenches. And honestly, I'll do just like I did for A&M. I'll do just like I did for Ohio State. If I look at every room of a team and I measure it and compare offensive line, defensive line, advantage Miami. Quarterback, I don't give a shit if Mendoza did win the Heisman. Advantage Miami. Beck has been there. Even if he watched it from the Pine, he's been in these big games. Yes. Advantage Miami. Mendoza don't even have 3,000 yards on the season. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from him. He won the Heisman. But come on. He does not have 3,000 yards on the season. He's only got one game he threw for over 300. I think only 4 or 5 that he went for over 200.
Facts.
The other night, he only went for like 194, I think. He did have a lot, some touchdowns, but still. So he's not a guy that's going to light you up in the air. Running back room, advantage Miami. They don't even have a stable of backs. Wide receivers, advantage Miami. DBs, advantage Miami. Linebacker, advantage Miami. Coaching, who's won more big games? Mario's won more big games in this playoff run than what Cignetti has done. Advantage Miami. So if we play mistake-free football, eliminate the pre-snap penalties, eliminate dumb penalties, personal fouls, we're good. Let them say what they want to say. Let them feel what they want to feel. You have not seen a defense like you're about to see in 8 days. So I want you to feel yourself. Yeah.
Larry, Justin just said that Mendoza didn't have the 3,000 yards because he never had to play in the fourth quarter. Okay. I'll have to play 4 quarters this game. That's a fact.
If you don't play Indiana State and Kennesaw State, maybe you have tighter games and you might actually have to get in the fourth quarter. Man, don't get me started.
And Justin, you are cordially invited here on Stallion Speaks.
Again.
Got the link up. Please.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time.
We're going to get beat 52-0.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not beating Miami, bro. You're not beating Miami. You got Miami royalty. That Miami sideline, all of the forefathers and the ancestors that did it before, and I'm talking every generation. I'm talking the 2001 is going to be represented, that group. The guys out of the 90s are going to be there. The 80s, Mr. B and all of them are going to be down there. You have a who's who of Miami royalty that's going to be down there. I said it once. I'm going to say it again. This is like a passing of the torch. This is what they've all waited for. They want to see number 6 because now the next generation is going to take it. You don't stand a snowball's chance in hell. I'm just being honest. And I'm not jinxing the team. I'm just being real. You're not doing it. It ain't happening.
Yep, for sure. LJ, you got anything else, brother, before I let you go? think I may have lost him. So, but LJ, thank you. Come back next week, brother. Come back next week. I really appreciate you coming on. I don't have anybody else backstage. I put the link up there. I really did. And I want to catch up the chat box before we do Idiot of the Week and get out of here. Fire show tonight. Fire damn show tonight. And we're gonna break it down more next week, guys. But real quick, funny enough, I wanted to highlight this comment. I don't know if I would mark all those as advantage Miami, but hopefully you're right and I'm wrong. LOL. Opinions? Absolutely. You know what's crazy? Indiana has a 13-man rotation. We about to tire them out with Mario Ball. Facts. I mean, that's what I want to see. Can't wait for the Canes to take the Indy lunch money. Let's see here. And
C-Lo's
then
here, man. That's C-Lo's.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, everybody that's already been on, I appreciate you joining on. Come back next week. Wait a minute. I do got somebody that hasn't been on yet and so forth. Let's bring him on real quick. A new guy right here. We're going to welcome him on properly. And like I said, everybody, you get 5 minutes to speak your piece. So Lord Bakington III.
How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Welcome to. I can hear you great. Welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Speak
hey, look,
your piece.
I want to give an introduction. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
Woo!
Okay. I think defense wins championships, right? So when I'm looking at this Indiana Miami game, I'm looking at the trenches, of course, man, and I just think like. The way our receivers block in the run game is like next level. I feel like our receivers are like an extension of the offensive lineman for me personally. They're nasty. So I think, we play ball control offense like we've been doing, man. We should be good. We should be fine, man. Indiana don't scare me. Like they played 2 tough games, Ohio State and who was the other team they played? They played Oregon early in the season. That's when Oregon was more healthy.
Iowa was a team that gave them trouble too, Lord.
Iowa got a good defense. They just don't have no offense.
Yeah. Big, strong trenches up front.
But they don't scare me like Ohio State scared me. Like, I just feel like Ohio State was the better team than Indiana. To me personally, of the teams we played. And I think Ole Miss will put up a lot of points on Indiana too as well. Yeah. So I'm just happy that we in the national championship, man. I can't believe it, man.
Lord, can I ask you a question, brother? Can I just ask you a question? Think about this, man. Look at what we have dealt with as fans for however many years now. And then I also want to throw this out there. 136 teams all started, doing the off-season workouts, getting through the portal, the spring practice, losing players, injuries, coaching changes, everything. And who would have thought when we were going into that Notre Dame game, because I certainly didn't, I was just hoping we would compete because Notre Dame was the team that everybody was hyped on because of how they fell short against Ohio State the year before. And Absolutely. Here we are. We're one of 2 teams left from that initial 136 with a chance to get 6 in 26.
I just feel like this Miami team got a big chip on their shoulder. Like, everybody's been picking the other team, all year long. Notre Dame in the playoff. We weren't even supposed to get in the playoffs, supposedly. So I just think these guys have something to prove, and they're gonna prove it on the field, and how nasty they gonna be, and take their lunch money. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your lunch money, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And you want to know something, Lord, that I want to highlight real quick, guys? And I thank everybody for joining. This has been the most watched show ever. We're up to 300 views tonight, guys, just to let you know. But I just want this to say this, is the fact that I can't stand this narrative about how, look, Ohio State won it last year, and, they kind of limped in with the Michigan thing, and they weren't one of the top 4 seeds. And, Miami was the last seed in that wasn't a champion, a conference. They were the last at large. You want to know when did this become that it has to be that because you're the number 1 team and all that? Last I checked, whoever's playing the best ball when it counts the most at the end of the year, is the most deserving team. That goes in basketball, any fucking sport that you play with that's team affiliated. And I just cannot understand that this narrative is that, oh, this is why this should have never happened with how many teams are getting in. And then that report earlier, Larry, that you were mentioning, Big Ten wants 16 if we'll do 24. So are you going to get mad at the 22nd team that gets in and wins this? Kind of like, what? Didn't Butler almost win a national championship in basketball twice or whatever? I mean, that's basketball. But I'm just saying, like, this is garbage. This is just bullshit, and this is just more Miami hate that I can't stand. Lord, you still got 3 minutes, though. Keep going, brother. So
it's Miami against everybody versus
Always.
everybody. Same thing that we've been going through when we went through the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. It's the same thing over and over again. We like the Dallas Cowboys or the LA Lakers of football, man. So of college football. So you either love us or you hate us. Either or. It's no in between. Especially with these guys like Joey Galloway, dumbass, excuse my language, but he's stupid. Talk about we shouldn't be in the playoffs. Oh, pick Notre Dame over them. And now he had to back up. Oh, I think they're going to win the championship.
He's like sure gargling our balls now, isn't he? So, yeah, he sure is. So, yeah.
Just like Michael Irvin said, like last week, he said, don't fall for the bullshit. Like Saban said, don't fall for the rat poison. They're going to tell you how good you are just so the media can be right, because it's a narrative. Let's be honest here. It's a narrative. Nobody picked us to win anything. You know what I mean? And now that they see us beating all these good teams, now they have the best defensive line and offensive line. That was already established like 5 or 6 games in.
Now they have no choice.
Our offensive line and defensive linemen play like that all year, even in the SMU and Louisville game. Yes, we didn't play our best ball, right? But at the same time, the line of scrimmage, we still controlled the line of scrimmage to a degree. So we still was moving the ball. We just shot ourselves in the foot. As long as we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, man, this championship is ours. And I would love to put up 40 points on these guys. Or at least 35.
Facts.
Let it be a blowout.
Facts. Well, Lord, listen, brother, thank you for coming on tonight, man. And we're going to have another show next week. I was asked if we're going to do a post-game show. With all due respect, you talk. I don't know if you all are going to do a post-game show. I'm just going to say this. I tried to do a post-game show last game. I was so worn out from that Ole Miss Miami game. I would love. I might do one the next day if I don't do it that night. But I mean, I'm going to try. I'll try. But
the thing about us is. Yeah, we were able to do one for the Cotton Bowl because both Devin and myself were off because it was a holiday.
Yeah.
But with this being a normal day, and I wish we could, but D has to work and then myself. So yeah, we're not going to be able to do one. So yeah.
I know I won't have a voice, so I'm not coming up on anybody's platform. I won't be able to speak,
hey. Maybe we just do it the next night or something, a special episode to celebrate our championship, 6-26.
Yeah.
So, yeah, brother. So,
man,
but thanks for coming on, man. And listen, if you haven't done it, if you haven't done it yet, hit that like and subscribe button and share the shit of the show, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, Lord Bakington, I know who you really are, bro. I won't give away your identity, but I know you know who I am.
Hold up. Let me see. Hold on.
Hear ye.
Hear ye.
No. What happened? No, Lord Bakington. What happened to CeeLo's, brother?
Oh yeah. Oh, Rocky. Hey, look, yeah, man. I had to change that, man. Like I changed my Instagram, my Twitter, my all my pages that I have, man. Yeah, I changed it up, man. No more CeeLo. CeeLo is dead now. Lord Bakington.
Understood, brother.
I like this guy. Hear ye. He has spoken.
Yeah.
So yes.
I have spoken. All right, Rocky, man. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I'll see y'all soon, man. Go Canes!
Go motherfucking Canes, baby. Real quick before we get out of here, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of the show. I want to always do this one. This is our favorite segment, Idiot of the Week. There's several to choose from, but Rocky, if you want to go first, Larry, you all flip a coin because I know one took the one from last week, and then the week before you kind of outdone each other. So who wants to go first? I always go last.
Go ahead, Larry. Give it to us. We know we're gonna hear. Go ahead.
In Pittsburgh Steelers fashion,
Oh, my.
before tomorrow night's game, I have to go ahead and take the Green Bay Packers because just like the Steelers are probably going to do, the Green Bay Packers had an opportunity last night to put Rocky's Bears away 21-3, and in very much similar fashion to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Green Bay Packers choked more than that girl that Carson Beck is rolling with right now at the University of Miami. And when I say choke more, I'm talking about from the back and all of that stuff. Balls deep in the esophagus. They choked as hard as they could. And guess what? That's why, Rocky, congratulations, your Bears won. So Green Bay Packers, you are the idiots of the week. You had your first round game won. You couldn't finish the job. And for that, you are fishing. But don't feel bad. My Steelers are more than likely going to join you guys on the fishing charter after tomorrow night's choke job against the Houston Texans.
All right, Rock, what you got, baby?
Well, to counteract that, I'll go ahead and go against the grain and go ahead and knock Larry's truck back a little bit. And I'm going to go with Idiot of the Week being the Houston Texans, which hasn't happened yet because Houston's going to come in there and they're going to blow it versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Mike Tomlin is going to be the coach of the week coming out with a win versus the Houston Texans, and Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to go to the second round.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers.
of the AFC playoffs in the NFL.
Can't stand it.
The Houston Texans, which haven't happened yet, are going to be my idiots of the week. So it's an idiot of the week projection, Stallion, on this one.
Oh yeah, Lord, he'll be promptly fired tonight. Philly gets idiot of the week. I don't know how you fuck it up with. That's fucking up 3 whores at the whorehouse. By the way, honestly, that's what that is right there. When you got studs and you don't know what to do with that on offense, he should be fired.
And the 49ers came into that game in ambulances. I mean, everybody was hurt.
And then poor Kittle had that bad injury. He's done, that Achilles. He's probably not playing next year at this point. So yeah. My idiot of the week has to go to Dan Lanning and Oregon, because let me just tell you this. Did you all even game plan? I mean, what the fuck was that? That was the most shameful performance that I've seen in a semifinal. You choked worse than, as we were talking about last year, when you had all the marbles and you were supposed to be unbeatable and yada, 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 and you got blown out in the Rose Bowl. You got blown out again by Indiana the second time. And you guess what? You've actually outdid yourselves by sucking and blowing simultaneously because of the fact that you've now given a credence to that whole it's hard to beat a team twice. No, they made it look easier the second time than that first time they played Jen Otson. Get the fuck out of here. You're a joke of a program. The Phil Knight Nike money, I think it also should piss you off that there's 2 Adidas schools in this championship. But that being said, shoe brand, whatever. Oregon, get on your motorcycle, right into the ocean. Be the pretender you've always been. You're a nothing. You are an absolute.
Dante Moore really shit the bed.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear about Oregon ever again, honestly. Until they actually win something worth a damn and so forth, a big game in a major bowl game with something on the line, get the fuck out of here.
And like you said, Larry, coaches going in other directions. You said it. Oregon had 2 of them last night.
Yeah, that's the one thing before we get out of here I got to say. These 2 teams playing for the national championship, both of these teams, these probably exactly stability of all the teams in the playoff. These 2 teams right there are the most stable teams, and it worked itself out.
Yep. And can I say this? At one point in the conversation before the whole Louisville debacle, everybody was talking about who is the best team, Indiana, Miami, or Ohio State. Well, we've taken care of one of those answers. It's going to be settled on the field Monday night on the 19th, one way or the other. And if we lose, we'll be on here to talk about it. And if we win, all we're going to say is we told you so. That's how I'm going to leave it at, just like that. So, guys, great show. Thank you, everyone. Last 2 comments I want to highlight real quick. Oregon has been hookers forever. You damn right they have, and don't know how you give head. How to give head. That's absolutely correct, Lord. Facts right there, man. They are the biggest suck team of all time. Honestly, they really are. So
I got one more thing, Stallion. I got one more thing I want to say before we go.
Yes, sir.
You don't mind. To the Miami fan base with this portal stuff. Please, man, look, Mario has proven with his style of play. I mean, look, the proof and the validation is here now. Mario has proven that the way he's building this program and how he's structuring it and how he's putting it together, we're in the national title. He's proven that it's working. All right. So as a fan base and as a family, please let's give him and his staff and his organization the leeway, because that's basically what these are now. These are basically Suedo Pro organizations with budgets, allocations, basically scouting departments, basically running film on who's productive, who's worth the value. Let's try to give Mario and company at the University of Miami a chance to go through their progressions, decide who they want to bring in, who fits our program, who advances each room, and now let's not jump at every hot name or hot item, the finest looking jewel in the room, because some of this stuff I'm seeing, like what I saw today, is just a lot of vitriol, really for nothing. Look, there's a small faction of this fan base that really wants this to go a certain way, that I just think they need to just understand that it's really not going to go that way. Just based on Mario's style and how he wants to build this program from the inside out. And we just got to live with and accept what the program said. Look at the facts. Look where we are right now. We're in the national title. Look, we all love the Canes. We all are fans of the Canes. Let's trust in Mario and his staff going forward, that he can keep us rolling and keep on this trajectory, and that they know what they're doing. Because I think that there's still some folks out there that still need to actually accept that. And I'll leave that there.
Yep.
Justin actually left it with his fair play, good luck, respect. You all seem to be better fans than most others I've come across. And listen, Justin, we'll be back on next Sunday. We'll be back on the next Sunday after that, whether win or lose and so forth. You're free to come on and so forth and talk with us. We will have a healthy debate. So it's always there. And yes, we do believe in Mario. Larry, one last thing before we cut out of here, brother.
As I always said, man, have a great week. Just enjoy the moment, Canes fans. It's been 23 years. I know Jay was on here, and man, I really felt my age, because Jay said he was 27. My son is 27. So, and for him to say, which is, I get it. He did. This is the first real thing he remembers since 01, and even back then in 01. You were small, so.
I was just thinking about it, Larry. I was 18 and I'm going to be 42 in March. That's how long it's been, man. I was 18 when we beat Nebraska. I was 18. So, yeah.
I mean, 01, I was 24. I was 24.
Yeah,
so,
I was 18. Yeah.
And then before that, 10 years prior to that was the previous title in 91, which I was 14. And
I was 7, and I think I was 7.
I would have been 10.
8.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. So these, the 80s, I can remember as a kid, and that's what got my fanhood into Miami, being a kid in the 80s. But at least I was able to have a sequence where it was a certain amount of championships won within a cycle. Three championships in the 80s that I remember.
And we were always right there, LFJ.
Oh,
we were never like we were
always right there. And
I mean,
when you look at
there's a chance it would have been 85 to 92. I mean, you could have won 7 in a row if it hadn't been for mishaps. I mean, that's scary to think about. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
But when you look at modern day, and I'm gonna bring it back to the modern day, and you look at, obviously Alabama's been the flag bearer here, having won so many titles every so many years. It's been so long since this fan base has been able to just have one championship. And, just to be here, to be the talk of college football, to be the central piece of conversation everywhere you go. I can wear my Canes gear, and everywhere I go, I'm getting props, and it's like,
yeah, I am too today.
It's a especially when you don't live in Canes country, it's a damn good feeling. So I say all that to say this: enjoy this ride, take it in, and just know this is the beginning of something else. I'm not going to say we're going to pull Alabama and win like 3 ships in 5 years or anything like that, but be ready for Miami to be a major player and a major contender moving forward every year. I think we can now put ourselves on that pedestal every year with the Ohio States and the Alabamas and the big dogs. We're up there now, and enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
That's all I got.
And I wonder, LFJ, you mentioned all of the legends that are going to be on the sideline at national championship game. We know about all of them, but I wonder if you're going to see like Tommy Streeter, Tracy Howard, Mike James,
Ja'Cory Harris.
Yeah.
Those guys. I wonder if you're going to see some of the guys from that gap period.
Yeah. I would think so, because the reason why I think so is, even though those guys may not have won anything, those guys, listen, anybody that went to the U because of, I call them the forefathers, because that's what they are to me.
They are the forefathers, the godfathers.
They went to the U because of those who came ahead of them. So I think the spotlight may not be on them, because obviously they're not Hall of Famers, they're not national champions, but they're going to be in the house. Their social medias are going to probably be wide open. So, like I said, an exorcism is about to happen, man. Like Nevin said, I gotta give Nevin his props. He said this: you're about to see an exorcism, and what happened, and just what happened 23 years ago, and the cloud that followed after. The cloud is about to be lifted, and a new era of Miami football is about to happen. And guess what? For us older guys that saw better days, we're going to be able to revisit. But now you're going to have a whole brand new generation, a younger generation, like Jay and all of the younger guys that maybe they don't remember 01, and they certainly don't know the 90s and the 80s. This new generation is about to get their dose of something that we already know previously existed. So enjoy it.
Well said. I'm just going to leave it with this, guys. And of course, next week we'll make our predictions. We'll go deeper into this game. More stuff will come out. We'll have the injury report. We'll literally be doing the night before type of thing, which is huge for this show. But I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to come back. So please hit that like and smash button. But I want to say this, guys. We've suffered for 23 years. We need to quit this bantering. We're here, guys. And it doesn't matter if we win by one fucking point Monday night the 19th. Isn't that worth everything? It's immortality. Just take it, win it, own it, enjoy it. Because we have had the worst cloud. Larry, Rocky, you could have said it better. The laughing stock. Now people look at my stuff and it's like, Larry, I remember that story years ago you told at the airport. Somebody looked at you that was a Gator fan and you're like, what the fuck you looking at? And so forth. And today I'm having breakfast at the hotel I was staying at this morning, and this guy comes up to me and goes, you guys look good. I think how y'all feel about them and so forth like that. And I just had a wonderful conversation with this guy named Robert, and just talked football just for a few minutes. Wasn't disrespectful, just saw my Miami gear on. Mm-hmm. And all I can say about it is that I've always worn this stuff. I've always repped it, always gone to games and everything like that. I'm a diehard. And again, I said some comments that if the comments that I said earlier this year turned everything around, then call me the martyr, and I'm happy for it, honestly, because I wanted to see one more damn championship before the Lord calls my name. And I think it's going to happen this Monday night, the 19th. So, guys, let's just enjoy it. Honestly, let's go.
But real quick, I said the same thing, Stallion. I said the same thing. Now, I just got to say it. Now, Lord, listen. Now, Lord, I did say before you called me home, I wanted to see another championship, but you can wait a while to call me home.
Yeah, wait a while.
Yeah, you can wait a while. Yeah. I still got time. I still got stuff to live.
Right.
Exactly.
Hey, I got a 40-second celebration that I plan to have a good one in March, and that's still 2 months away. So please, let me see that. So, but guys, listen, thank you so much. And if you guys could just stick around for 1 minute after the show ends, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. For Larry, Frank, for Rocky, for everybody that came on, Jay, LJ, Lickerdale, Anthony, everybody, we appreciate you. The chat box, even our good Indiana buddy Justin Smith. Come back next week and let's enjoy college football. It's almost over, guys, and keep enjoying the NFL playoffs. We out. Go Canes, and let's.